Quasi clips. What quasi clips?
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Huh?
Your man, he was. What you talking about? That's a
Now
half man, half quasi.
We finally know what He-Man's government name is.
He.
Rowan Barrett.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
My childhood is ruined. Damn.
That's old news, AllBall.
You walk in a bar and see He-Man and RJ Barrett together.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Hold on, there's somebody in the comments called Homeboy Shorty Skeletor. Skeletor's from He-Man, right? Because Mumra's
yeah. Mumra's Thundercats. Yeah, Skeletor's He-Man.
He-Man, yeah.
Lord have mercy.
We're not gonna get into another TV rant, not yet. If the video does well, we'll go back into a TV rant. But you know, man, you know who I am.
Didn't hear it.
That's sad because we do. You know who that is?
Ball suckers.
And the man to his right. What'd you say? In the heat of the night.
In the heat of the night.
We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one.
We got our guy here, man. You know what this is, man. You know what episode this is. What kind of episode this is. Before I forget it, Flea curses me out.
Knicks Rehab.
Man, let him know what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
Knicks
New
Rehab, baby.
You know what this is. We're going to drop Fabian bombs on him.
Fish, pulsing, wildfire babies up. What up?
Put your glasses back on, fish.
Yeah.
Put your glasses back on.
Yeah. Y'all see me with the invisible shades by Elon Musk. The
now,
new
you know
joints.
You know what you need? You know what you need?
What?
You need the Dwayne Waynes. That's what you need. That's what
Dwayne Waynes. What's those?
Never. Those are so corny.
You need the flip joints. You need the flip. You need the flip.
Nah, might need those. Yo, Fabian, mind your business.
Mind your damn business, right?
Listen, I either need those or I need the joints. My man from Paid in Full, bro, with no lenses. Mrs. Tips.
Who, Calvin?
I need the Calvins, bro. I either need the Dwayne Waynes or I need the Calvins. I need the Gazelles, but with no lenses, bro.
Didn't Ray J have a pair like that? What was Ray J's joints?
The joints that was unbreakable and niggas broke them shits in 2.2 seconds.
Is that what it was? That was the gimmick?
That is the most legendary. I've never seen it like that. Yo, these joints unbreakable, bro. I could break them. Now I'm telling you, you sure? Get out of here.
Oh, it's Speedy. Oh, it's Speedy. Yo, hold on. RP, you want me to violate you?
Yeah, Blackstreet.
You want me to violate you?
Yeah, Blackstreet.
All right.
You heard the man.
All right.
Look, big shout out Turbo, big shout out King Speech, big shout out everybody, man. But look, we spoke.
Hold on, bro. I think the it switched. The audio switched back, man. How dare they?
Oh, come on, man. What kind of games is being played over here? Hold on. Nah, it still say headset microphone.
Damn. Maybe take that shit out.
Let's see. Is that better?
Nope.
So we was just talking shit to Fish too. We was just talking shit to Fish.
Still nasty.
The nastiest. Well, why don't you try the phone? Do those D-Ways come with capris and patent leather MC Hammer shoes with gold tips? Yeah.
Yo, it says echo cancellation on automatically, adjust mic volume, and that's checked too.
It has nothing to do with that. Is that I don't know? I think it's the iPad.
The
phone didn't sound like that. You sound good now.
Yeah, because I now switched the iPad microphone. If it act up again, let me know, and then I'll jump off and restart mine.
All right, now you sound good. That's crazy.
Yeah, we sound good.
Let's
All right,
go.
we in the mix, baby. Come on, man. Enough is enough with these shenanigans. Don't suck your teeth. You sucking your teeth, Flea?
I'm here. I'm ready to rock, man. What we got?
All right, I was saying in the text message, we could over here doing topics. You over here like, man, fuck.
I would never go talk the list with Charles Barkley. List? What we got, man?
Charles Barkley ranks his top 50 players in the NBA. Boy, oh boy. And of course, Knicks Muse, he has Jalen Brunson in his avatar. And he immediately spots Charles Barkley has Jalen Brunson, 26th best player in the NBA player rankings. And of course, just to give a heads up, they don't have their top 20 players ranked yet because they're going to reveal that on Inside the NBA next week. But immediately, you notice ahead of Jalen Brunson on this list is Tyrese Halliburton, which is always an argument for everybody in basketball community, nothing new. But Jimmy Butler and Kristaps Porzingis, Victor Wembanyama, who has been on the NBA for 2 days, and Domantas Sabonis, who does not lead his team, by the way, in anything. Sorry, Flea. I'm exaggerating. Charles Barkley, the big Knicks hater, is back at it again. What do you feel, fellas? Because earlier, was it last week he was saying we were title contenders. Now this week, Brunson, the leader, is the 26th best player in the NBA. What the hell is going on in big old country's mind over there? Go ahead, AllBall. I'm sorry, you look disgusted.
Very disgusted. Like I keep telling y'all, I'm sick of everybody being lazy at their job. How can you on one end say this might be the greatest free agent signing ever? You just said we'll be title contenders. And now Jalen Brunson is not even top 25. He was number 5 MVP voting, All-Star, All-Second NBA, 50-plus win season, 50-win season. Look what he did with all the injuries. Regular season averaged 27, almost 28. In the playoffs, numbers went up to 35. He was arguably, to me, it wasn't no argument, but people say arguably, for a stretch, he was the best player in the East. He's probably the best player in the playoffs for a period of time. 40 ball after 40 ball. Y'all know my motto, the new Oprah. You get a 40 ball. You get a 40 ball. You get a 40 ball. Oh, by the way, Wembanyama, get a 60 ball. He's not even top 25. See, I'm tired of arguing with people about him being the best player in the NBA. Because what he did last season is what MVPs and guys that are the best players in the league do. You put the team on your back and you carry them to a game 7 at home. You was one game, you was minutes away from being in the Eastern Conference Finals, where in the beginning of the season, everybody still took us as a joke. We trade for OG. People say that was the worst trade ever. Come to find out, that might have been the best thing we've ever done. And it just elevated Brunson's game. OG gets hurt. Randall was out. Mitch is hurt. Oh, pack it up, y'all. We done. No, we not. We're going to step it up. Then, down the stretch, how many people said, oh, by the way, don't go for that number 2 seed because y'all got to play Philly. And y'all will lose. Duck the number 2, go for the number 3 so you can play Indiana in the first round. We don't duck no smoke. We beat the MVP in the first round. And probably one of the best series in the playoffs last season. He's not even top 25. You have Kristaps Porzingis, who can barely play half the season. Like, just be honest. You either hate the Knicks or you're just saying this because Brunson is not 6'9". Because I watched Brunson do what Allen Iverson did. Now, of course, Allen Iverson, legendariness, MVP, greatest we've ever seen. Like I said, went to the finals. But I'm saying as far as taking the team, putting it on your back, that roster Flea, Fabian, at one time, the starting 5 was Brunson, DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Deuce, and what, Precious at times?
It couldn't be Deuce.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Isaiah Hartenstein. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I'm just trying to figure out with Barkley and them, and I can't wait to watch TNT Tuesday because I'm ready to call out of work. That's how now this got me tight. I want to see a guy like Kenny the Jet Smith, who's a New Yorker. Big shout out Queens in the building. Start calling people out. Bruh, you from New York. Show some love to the Knicks. Yo, Barkley, Shaq, whoever, hold up. How is this man not top 25? How? Now, if you want to argue top 5, top 10, okay, y'all know me. I'm going to make a kid say he's the best in the world. But not even top 25? Why? Hey, Fleet, I'm being honest. I'm sick of, that's why our new thing, stay over there. Big shout out John Moran. Stay over there. Don't give us our props. Stay on your side. I'm tired of the disrespect, and I'm especially tired of the disrespect of Jalen Brunson. He's doing what nobody expected him to do. Nobody's seen this. Great in high school, great in college, great in Dallas, now great in New York. He's not even a top 25 basketball player. Charles Barkley, kiss my ass. I hate you with a passion.
It's starting to do the robot thing again, AllBall. Flea, what do you think about AllBall's response and Charles Barkley just being, what do you think about Charles Barkley's list?
That was the first time I saw the list, right? So reacting in real time. I got to dissect it a little more. I'd like to see who is top 25. Who is top 20. But to not have Jalen Brunson in your top 20 players, as Knicks fans, we feel like that's a slight. Do I feel like that's a slight currently? Like top 20 players, do I think Jalen Brunson should be mentioned as a top 20 player? Of course. But, we got to be honest with ourselves. He is earning and ingratiating himself into the hearts and minds of everybody else outside of New York Knicks. If you're a New York Knicks fan, you love him and you have a certain bias and you want to put him up here and what he's rightfully earned in our eyes. But in everybody else's eyes, he got to he got to string together a couple of seasons to let us know, like, okay, he's the real deal. So he put guys in front of him like a Jimmy Butler, a proven guy, right? He's putting guys before him that are proven, quote unquote, in the NBA. But the fact of the matter is Jalen Brunson is on the way. And I think if we did a list that who is currently a top 20 to 25 player, I think Jalen Brunson makes the list. I don't know.
Hey, Fleet, real quick, is that a little better?
Yeah.
Just real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off. But Wembanyama and Sabonis, what have they proven? I understand Jimmy Butler. I don't understand Halliburton, but okay, because they beat us. Okay, I get it. But what has Victor Wembanyama and Sabonis proven that they're better than Jalen Brunson?
Nothing. Well, I mean, I'm not going to argue if Victor Wembanyama is a better player than Jalen Brunson. I'm not going to argue. I don't want to argue. I'm not going to do that. Y'all could do that. Victor Wembanyama is going to be a top 10 player in the NBA when we come back at the end of the year.
But I'm saying like, last season, I'm just like I said, we know Victor Wembanyama is like I said, he could probably be the best player in the world. So I'm not you said, we're not doing that. But I'm just saying, if we're going on for what happened last season, going into this season, and we get the additions of Mikal Bridges and Cat, how can you put those guys in front of Brunson?
That's hard for me. Like I said, I agree with you. I just think that outside, the people that are not invested in watching Jalen Brunson don't realize what great of a player he is. We get it. We watch 82 games in New York Knicks basketball, right? Now the Knicks, how many national TV games we got this year? Over 35, right?
Damn near half the season.
Yeah, close over 35, right? So, and this is going to be his third season with the Knicks, right? This will be the third season. And so, this is going to be, like I always tell you, I feel like this is a really important season for Jalen Brunson. The last two seasons, he's putting people on notice, like, I'm one of them. Now, this is, okay, can you take us to the next level? Can you solidify yourself as a perennial all-star? Can you be that guy that's, you know, to catapult us to a championship contender? I think this is very important for him. So this is just more fuel to the fire for Brunson. He's always been underrated. He's always been a guy that's overlooked and
fellas
dropped to the second round in the draft. You know what I'm saying? He's always been overlooked. This is
real quick. Yankees was down 2-1, a man on base. Aaron Judge just hit a home run, tie ball game 3-3. Top of the eighth inning.
Oof. Okay.
Once again, Yankees was down 3-1, man on base. Aaron Judge hits the home run, tie ball game 3-3, top of the eighth inning.
Y'all know I didn't grow up a Yankees fan, but Dom's baseball coverage is pissing me off so much. You know, he's a Dodgers fan. He's getting ready to talk his cash shit to me. Then I got to root for the Yankees too. So the Mets, now you have no chance. We're gonna weasel you in and get you up out of here. What the hell you talking about, Dom? You don't follow baseball. All of a sudden, you a lifetime baseball fan.
Listen, we about to have a Subway series in a second.
Sorry to cut you off, Flea. I just know that's big news. I'm sorry.
That's big news.
Nah. Fuck that. You got to remind me that, Don. Get out of here, Dom. Fucking baseball coverage pissing me off. We down 2-1 right now, AllBall. I'm sorry, Flea.
Nah, I was just rapping, man. I was just wrapping up. Like, I think this is an important season for Jalen Brunson. He's gonna put people on notice. Once another list comes out, whoever's list, Charles Barkley's list, AllBall's list, your girl's list, whoever's list, Jalen Brunson gonna be a top 20 player going forward. You could book that.
But Flea, before Fabian go, because you always bring you always bring us to ground level, right? And you always bring a perspective for us that we need, because you know me, I'm off the charts with it, right? I would love to hear where would you have Jalen Brunson as far as you don't have to say individually 1, 2, 3, but top 10, top 15, top 20. Your honest opinion, where would you have Jalen Brunson after the season he had last year? Well, past season.
I would have him in my top 20.
Okay.
I would have him in my top 20. It would be difficult for me to justify him being a top 10 player.
Okay.
Because when we start doing that top 10 shit, OG, like, you can't tell people not to put in what's happened already. Right? People put in people's bodies of work, people put in, you know, what team success, you know what I'm saying? All of that type of shit when they start doing the top 10 list. But, you know, if we're talking about currently, everybody's list might look different. If we're talking about right now, today, who's your top 10 players in the NBA, Fabian's list would look different than mine and yours. I don't think we would have the same list.
Fellas, another home run. We up 4-3.
Starting to act up again on AllBall. The joint.
Who do the Guardians have on the mound right now?
I don't even know these players. Hopefully, I'm not even watching baseball like that.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I got to keep switching. We just hit another home run. Yankees up 4-3.
Get the Guardians up out of there.
Real quick, before you go, Fabian, I just want to make this point because everybody know I'm a big Jalen Brunson fanatic. But I just want to break something down real quick. Flea say he would have him top 20. I have no problem with that, right? That's a fact, Robert Paulson. I'm pretty sure everybody would have what's the young boy in Minnesota? Ant-Man top 10, right? Would y'all agree that majority of people would have Ant-Man top 10?
Yeah, they might right now.
Yes.
So let me just say this. Ant-Man's been in the league, I would say, what, 4 or 5 years?
It's probably
year 5. It's year 5 or 6.
Brunson about the same time. I'm saying in the last 2 years, Ant-Man just got to the Western Conference Finals. The year before that, he didn't get there. Brunson been to the second round twice. If I'm not mistaken, Ant-Man hasn't been an MVP candidate. Brunson averages more and does way more with less. So my point is, I'm just trying to figure out what are we going by. If Brunson averages more, I think he's a better leader. He does more with less. All NBA second team and all-star. I'm just trying to figure out how was other players top 10, top 5, whatever you want to call it, and they're not going to even have him top 25. I don't get it.
Yeah, I just think Barkley's list is just he has no real logic to him. Like how Porzingis being in this doesn't make sense to me either. Like to be honest, Sabonis, Wemby, right? We haven't seen enough of him realize like Brunson is a realized player. He knows exactly who he is. We know who he is. He's going out there. We know his tendencies. We know what he's gonna do. What he's not gonna do. Certain things he makes improvements. We're like, we're surprised on it, but we're not because he's a smart guy. Wemby hasn't. You saw Bam shut his ass down the other day. Crazy.
I didn't watch it. But
Bam.
Look
Jimmy Butler's right. Huh?
Look who you said. Bam.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Ant-Man did finish top 7 MVP, second All NBA, All-Star, clutch player of the year. I don't even count that clutch player shit. But Sabonis, he was top 8 MVP, third All NBA, and he finished 10th in Defensive Player of the Year. Remember, Wemby finished second in Defensive Player of the Year and number 1, and he was All NBA first team. I don't want to argue that. You can make arguments for that. You cannot make an argument for Kristaps Porzingis. You can't. He's not a number 1 on his team. Wemby and Sabonis are, in my opinion.
He's
Jimmy
not
Butler,
even number 2 or 3 on his team.
But those lists, them long lists, like not the concise ones, the 10, 15, 20. When niggas start getting to 25, 30, 40, 50, it starts getting to preference and favorites and who I like and who I don't like. Like, Barkley likes Porzingis. So, okay, I'm going to put him before Brunson. Like, Barkley you know what I'm saying? Like, that list is garbage. That list is garbage. Like, we could dissect the list all day long. The list is garbage, is inaccurate, and Barkley don't got enough time on his hands to really sit down and do an accurate list. No bias aside, all that type of shit. Let us know what your criteria is, how you putting it together, and then put a list together and let us critique it. But I don't even know how he put this together. He just started naming niggas at this point.
But that's what they're gonna do because they're promoting the show. Like, I'm not worried about why they did it. Barkley's not thinking about any of this. He's my top 10. He's a normal top 10. He's my normal top 20 who should be in the top 10. And I'm gonna leave these guys out on purpose and piss off the Knicks fans. I know exactly what you're doing, Barkley. 26 behind Halliburton. I see the whole. I ain't talking about the what do you say his scam over here, Flea. I'm just talking about how we could break down. There's no way possible Porzingis should be on this list. Porzingis missed the damn finals and they won without him. That's not happening with the Knicks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these things don't make any sense.
He set the tone game 1.
Flea. If Jalen Brunson is missing 3 games out of a final series, we're winning a championship?
Probably not, no.
They smoked Dallas without him. We cannot smoke anybody without Jalen Brunson right now, presently constituted, as they like to say in the eloquent streets. But it's just a dumb list.
That's what I said, the criteria. Because look where we go. We start talking about what the team did instead of looking at the player. I'm sure it would, like, just player for player. You probably get a lot of people to say Porzingis is a better player than Porzingis just because he's bigger, just because he could probably do more things on the basketball court. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, it is what it is. We can feel how we feel. Okay, we like Jalen Brunson better, but the fact of the matter is we're talking about basketball, a big man's game. If somebody is looking at these two guys and they say, and in full strength, who's the better player, I don't think we can start talking about team success and what niggas did and this and that. Who's the better player? They might say Porzingis. It just is what it is. I'm not rolling.
Real quick, if anybody, if it's gonna happen again, you gotta switch it. If anybody feels the same way with Flea's statement, if you agree with that statement, if you think Porzingis is better, do me a favor, drop a comment, at me on Twitter, so I can block your punk ass because you ain't watching no damn basketball. What the hell are you talking about? Porzingis is better on what realm? He was here. Are we forgetting, Flea? He was the big time draft pick that was supposed to save us.
Yeah.
But Flea, I respect everything you said, but whoever thinks like that, they're dead wrong. And I'm sick of these analysts. And I like Charles Barkley as far as basketball. And yes, he's entertaining and funny. But it comes a time and point where it's like, yo, how long can you be wrong before somebody says something? Nobody on the panel is never going to say anything. He's wrong. Flea, I don't care how nobody look at it. He's dead wrong. It's
Yo, hold on.
Oh.
Yo, how? Imagine if I say some shit. Flea is cursing me out. I'm gonna have to hear about it after the show. Can't believe you said that. Still can't believe you. You think you know it all. You still can't hit a layup. All kind of shit.
Listen,
I gotta hear from
you.
you.
Know how many times Flea hit me with the OG? You my God, but you dead wrong. I'm saying, when is somebody gonna go, or even the producers? Yo, Barkley, you gotta start watching the games.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Bro, you wrong.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question.
That's fucking him up. We using his words against him, AllBall.
Let me ask y'all a question. I'm gonna take it a step further. If you were GM and you got the first pick,
come on,
who are you picking? Jalen Brunson or Kristaps Porzingis?
I'm taking
I'm
Brunson.
asking y'all a dead serious question. Who are you taking? First pick.
I'm taking Brunson, and I can explain why.
Okay.
As much as a talent Porzingis is, he can't stay on the court.
Okay.
I've seen him in New York. I've seen him in Dallas. And let's be realistic. Boston didn't even need him. Seen him in Washington. Porzingis, listen, man, decent player, not a great player. I seen Brunson. I seen him in high school. I seen him in college. I seen him in the NBA. And I've seen what that young man has done and the potential he has. I'm taking Brunson over Porzingis. I don't care that he's 7'5".
Okay, and that's my point. That is just strictly my point. Forget what we've seen already. If we pulling up to the draft and you have the opportunity to watch film on this guy, watch film on that guy, watch him at Nova, watch him overseas, know what he can do, you're going to spend the first pick on Brunson over Kristaps Porzingis? That's what we're saying?
Yes.
Got it.
Because how many seven?
I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying.
No. But let me ask y'all.
Look at this shit.
Right.
A 7'6" guy that can shoot.
All right. Great point.
Dribble, defend. They looking at it like, whoa, all right.
Now, hold on. Great point. But how many 7'5" guys we've seen be super successful? And how many guys we've seen at Brunson's height, a la Isaiah, Curry, Allen Iverson? How many guys we seen at that height with that skill set be successful for how many years? So you make a great point, but I disagree. I think what Barkley and the whole media is doing, and all these nuts in the chat, I'm not looking at the chat on purpose today, because I already know y'all hating on Brunson too. What Brunson did last season.
In the chat today.
Yeah, I can't even see
bugging right now.
Y'all know how I feel.
I don't know if RP needs some backup. Nigga told somebody his sister is his mother.
Hey, Fabian, you average 28. You're 50. Well, what RP said? Say it again.
No.
All I gotta do is move the thing over. Now I don't want to see. No, I don't want to see nothing.
RP a bug out.
Yeah, RP a nut. But yeah, man. You average 28 for the season. Your team wins 50 games. All the injuries. You are a top 5 MVP candidate. You are an all-star. You all NBA second team. In the playoffs, you got better. Your point average went up 7 points. You beat a team in the first round that nobody picked you to beat, and you played the current MVP. How was that not even top 15, top 20 player? Man, people was wrong, and I'm tired of it. And I'm not gonna let nobody get away with it. Like I said, what Brunson is doing, we haven't seen this done in a long time.
You on mute, Fabian?
I don't even understand. Like, that's not even close. We've seen Porzingis on like 4 different teams. We've seen Porzingis, like everything about Porzingis. He was on Dallas with Luka.
I am not.
You asked me if they were on the board, I'm the general manager. Who would I take for? I'm telling you what I'm basing it on.
You're telling me what you're basing it on, and I'm asking you to base it on nothing but you going into the draft, seeing what those guys did previous to being pros. If you in the draft and both of those guys are in the draft at the same time, you guys are telling me that you're gonna pick a 5'11", 6-foot guard over a 7'4" guy that could do everything?
No, that's a different story because
that's what I'm asking. You're just not listening to me usual.
Yes, I'm gonna ignore you because I have to kick the real facts. That shit is a myth. You're kicking some fantasy right now. We're talking about
fantasy. I'm kicking real. How they look at it.
Who's they?
The people that really make, not us. Not us.
Currently, we are not in a realm where we need to just not look at.
Hold on. I'm sorry, because I let you cook. My fault. Everybody, let's not be stupid today. Let's not be bozos today. Let's be logical today about the game of basketball. Let's be logical. I'm not saying every 7-footer you pick over a guard. But when you're looking at the game of basketball, if I am taller than you and can do everything that you can do, I will probably get picked over you. It's just the facts. It's the facts. I'm not discounting Brunson.
No.
Look at this a different way. Let's be smart.
Yeah, we can concede with that logic. You're taking Kwame over Brunson.
Let's be smart. Let's not be dumb.
Out of a draft in that time period, a 17-year-old, 7 feet tall that can move. Brunson's a second rounder for a reason. 30 people passed on him. We can't disagree with that statement. Well, the problem is you thought you were being slick, Flea. That's what you thought you were being. I already know what it is. You're trying to work with my lot. You know that I'm biased towards the big man. I already know you're going with this, but I shall concede that point. As a prospect, of course, it's gonna happen again, AllBall. As a prospect, of course, Kwame Brown, 7-footers, of course, you're gonna come into the league. That's just what it is. But Brunson, currently, right now, the reason why it's a landslide compared to Porzingis is because Porzingis has relegated himself to role player. Brunson is the lead dog on a team.
This is true. And KP, and you can never put KP in a number 1 spot again, be a good team. He's been on other teams. Matter of fact, I don't got it confused. Y'all know that. I'm rolling with Brunson.
Let me cook. He was in New York. He kind of took the spot from Carmelo. Right? They traded Carmelo. All right, it's your team now. Your punk ass couldn't stay healthy. You wanted to sit on the bench thinking you were Jay-Z. You let your brother run the show. They kick your ass.
He was an all-star for us.
I don't want to.
Before he tore his ACL, he was an all-star.
You know what my problem is? I don't do enough of the AllBall Flea, Stephen A. Smith. Let me lead with love. I lead with hate because Porzingis. That's what I do. AllBall be giving you when we drafted him, I couldn't believe what we were watching. The unicorn. I thought we were gonna have the next best. I thought we were gonna have Wemby, but after that, I was wondering, how do you trade him? Even if you do want to trade him, you have the one up because they want to have a new KKK over there in Dallas.
Hold on, Fabian. KP was dirt, OG. I just see it in your face. He was dirt when we got him.
Dirt.
Nah, not back then. Nah.
Dirt.
Nah. Porzingis was wild. Before he tore his knee on the Knicks, you forgetting all the alley-oops he used to catch and all that. See? Nah. Porzingis was crazy.
He was dirt. That nigga,
he's bugging.
I can see it. I can see it.
Look at my face. Dirt.
The Knicks got rid of him. I didn't like the trade because you should have got more out of it because the Mavericks wanted him, right? But the point is, you went from the Knicks. They got you side by side with a guy you wanted to play with, and you didn't take over that team. Brunson was going so crazy. Luka sat down that first round, and Brunson carried that squad. Let's not forget Mr. Second Rounder, who all 30 teams almost passed on him twice. He comes to the same team that Porzingis started off with and took over. So he took over Luka's team and he took over KP's team. Porzingis still trying to take over Boston. He's an afterthought over there. They don't need him like you said, AllBall.
At this point going forward, he's just a piece. Right. I got that. I'm clear with that.
He's a pawn.
Knicks got rid of him. Dallas got rid of him. Washington got rid of him. Let's see how long he stay in Boston. And let me say this, Flea. You made a great point. But who did they pick over Michael Jordan with the number 1 pick?
That's what I said. We're not gonna. That's not a blanket. That's not a blanket logic. Like we can't just think about it. Like, so I got you. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when a guy's great in high school, when a guy's
they pick Dream. Hold on. To answer your question, they pick Dream.
Well, not Dream.
Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Dream was not Dream. That was legit.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, be careful when you're looking at these big guys and you picking them just because of their height. Because when you have a guy that was great in high school, great in college, and you see the type of basketball and human being he is and leader he is, you cannot pass that up. And Fabian, you said something. Yeah, Brunson was a second-round pick because half these GMs is idiots. How many second-round picks and late first-round picks? Late guys go late in the first round and the second round that should have been lottery picks because they idiots.
But let me ask y'all a question. If the second round picks that we know that wound up
Flea, Minnesota took Ricky Rubio, and what was my man from Syracuse?
Johnny Flynn. Johnny Flynn.
It took 2 point guards over.
Yeah, they took Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio. But no, crazy. But no, serious question, and we can move on. But just think about this: Joker, Draymond, Manu. Right? Was Manu a second round pick? I got that right.
Yeah, I think so.
Manu, Tony Parker.
Like, so real quick, did them getting picked in the second round have anything to do with how they ended up as players? I guess in other words, had they been picked in the first round, had they been picked lottery, do we think Draymond would have worked as hard as he did being a second round pick? Do y'all understand my question? What I'm asking?
Yeah. Like the chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, does that chip on their shoulder still remain? Joker's probably different because Joker, you could see that he's got a different demeanor. But there's a lot of second round picks that, had they been first round picks, lottery picks, do they still have the same type of career that they did, being that hungry second round pick?
Shout out to FYF Sports, because to be fair, GMs get it right early in the draft more often than not. You always have guys that slip. That doesn't mean the GMs got it wrong. Right. But the reason why they get it wrong is because Bob Myers is calling. I'm sorry, Jay Wright is calling Bob Myers, telling him, I'm telling you, he's the best player on the team. He could post up. None of them is messing with him. Right. But that endorsement is still lands on Bob Myers' lap to go, I don't know if I'm going to take him. We already got Steph Curry here. We're going to have a small backcourt. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. So, yeah, we're making a big deal out of it because Brunson is, again, Bodo hates this word, but he's an overachiever. There's no way around this. There's no way anybody could ever argue with me that Brunson is not an overachiever. A second round is not supposed to be the franchise player like this. This is beyond Draymond. Who's the better second round pick ever? Joker?
The best second round pick ever? He probably
Joker is the king, but Brunson is top 5 at this point minimum.
There's a lot of, but we missing some. It's not coming to me right now, but we missing some second round picks.
All right, yeah, it's a good one.
Legit.
I know we got.
Yeah, there's a lot of second rounders on Flea.
Yeah. So,
but hold on, real quick. Is that much? Real quick,
yeah,
my thing is. Fabian, your point, I totally disagree. Flea, you asked a question. I think if you're good, you're good. I think Brunson, they made a mistake. So I think Draymond Green would still be Draymond Green somewhere else. Maybe he don't win 4 championships, but Draymond Green in the beginning, the point forward, the way he can assist, bring up the ball, rebound, defend, that's going to work anywhere. It just so happened he went to Golden State. So I don't think if he went in the first round. Hold on. I don't think if he went in the first round, he wouldn't have been a good basketball player or he wouldn't have worked hard. I don't believe that. Jalen Brunson was picked in the second round because some of these GMs don't know what they're doing. They will take potential over something for real. Once again, they will take Porzingis because he's 7'5" over a guy that has been great his whole career.
Stay there, OG, because where I was going with King's speech went there, and I'm glad he did. So Gil, our guy, right? Gil is a second round pick. I think he's a perfect example of what I'm thinking about and asking right now. Gil is supposed to get picked in the first round, probably supposed to even go lottery, right? But he's an asshole. He's an asshole, so he drops.
Right. We know why he dropped, though.
Right. But the thing about it is he drops, and now he doesn't start his first season, right? He got to earn his way. He got to get it out the mud. Then he's a most improved player of the year, right? So those guys are the guys that you see potential in. The next year they make a jump, and you like, we got to reward them because they really put in the work. Then he gets the bag from Washington. What I'm asking is, if Gil goes first round lottery, is he still the hibachi? Does he still have that same drive to do what he did?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, oh boy, this is why I disagree with you. Because a lot of times the reason why you drop in the draft is because now I don't want to get into the Bronny thing right now because that'll be too crazy. But that's what people are complaining about. No, you did not earn this. You were given this. So if we give this to a Gilbert Arenas, who we know in college is a knucklehead, no, we give this to you, you might wild out. And you're going to think, I'm a first-round draft pick. I need to start right now. You're going to start making demands on the team. They're going to be like, no. And it's harder to say no to somebody when your agent is telling you, yo, that's a first-round draft pick. What are you talking about? There's a lot of politics that come with being a first-round pick also and a second-round pick. So for Brunson to become a second-rounder and overachieve and all this, he's coming with the stigma of a second-rounder. You got to prove yourself. Draymond, being a second-rounder, I don't know. If you're a first rounder, you're gonna make a lot more demands back then early on, and you might not have a Golden State run because his head might have been too big at that point to even have a run. So I think, yeah, they make mistakes, but the mistakes are natural, bro. Like, no, I'm not dropping you in the first round. You might be a lunatic.
Right, but then you risk not drafting that person in the first round, and then now you don't even get a chance to draft them. That's all. My point is this. Jalen Brunson, you know how many teams and GMs and coaches right now is probably saying to themselves, we could have had Jalen Brunson, we could have had Draymond Green, we could have had Joker, but they don't do their homework.
Giannis, I said that the other day.
Thank you, Giannis, but they don't do their homework because they going off for the BS. Nobody's doing their due diligence. If somebody's been great since their freshman year in high school, how do you deny that? How?
Because that's part of the game. What you mean?
That's why the game is not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right. No, part of the game is you taking that big L. God bless the dead. Like Flea is saying, there's no way you taking Brunson. We don't know anything about any one of these players, and it's Brunson and Porzingis available for a draft. There's no way you would get fired for picking Brunson over KP at that point. You would. Because the first couple of years, Porzingis is starting, and he's looking crazy. It would take 3-4 years for Brunson to look like himself. He got hurt in the bubble. He hurt his knee in the bubble, matter of fact.
Perfect example, Flea. Blake Griffin and Steph Curry. Blake Griffin shouldn't have been the #1 draft pick.
But
I have no
Flea,
problem with him.
He shouldn't have been a #1 draft pick.
No, Steph Curry, what he did should have been the #1 draft pick.
But I promise you this though, if we go redraft that draft class, what is that? 09, 08, 09, whatever that draft class is, that's 09. If we redraft that draft class, like Blake Griffin, I'm not mad at him going 1, but there's a conversation now that we know what we know. Like, okay, shit, we might have should have took Steph Curry. That's not a clear cut. You got to take Blake. There was a lot of question marks about who Steph was coming out of college. Yeah, he was great. He had a great run, but there was GMs had a lot of question marks about him.
Flea, God rest his soul, Kobe Bean Bryant spoke about, people saying, yo, it's this kid over there in Davidson. LeBron pulling up to the games. All I'm saying is proof. The proof is there. All I'm saying is we cannot keep saying because a guy's taller that he should be the best pick.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you, OG. I didn't want us to get stuck there though, because I don't necessarily believe that, right? I don't necessarily believe that because you're taller, you're just a better player. But I'm talking about in terms of how these guys pick and choose and building teams and things like that. Like, yo, if a dude is 7'4" and can do everything that this guy at 6'4" or 6'3" can do, and he's available, I'm leaning towards picking him. It's just how it works. That doesn't diminish the other guy. Blake Griffin was just a guy that the Clippers thought they could build a franchise around, and they did that.
And Blake Griffin was must-see TV in college also. I don't watch college ball like that, but I remember him and his brother. Where is he at now? Did he have a twin brother? A twin albino? Right?
How many 7-footers we seen get drafted and didn't work out? That's all I'm saying. So
I agree.
My whole thing is my opinion, and I respect everybody in the chat, but y'all know me. I'm a fall on my sword. Half these GMs is idiots. They don't do their homework and they going off for projection. They still believe in the BS. Oh, this person is it's very. They took homie over Kevin Durant. Explain.
For me, in real time, I said there's no way I'm taking Odin over Kevin Durant. And Odin was in the championship, right, with Conley.
But I'm just saying for basketball
against that Florida team, against Horford and Noah.
World, explain.
Nah, but that's, come on, man. Like, what? Kevin Durant was 6'10". He's basically 7 feet, bro. So Greg Oden, he was the anchor for that team and all that. They didn't know I think he had like his one leg is longer than the other paws, but he had back issues because of it. They didn't know. Greg Oden just didn't happen to work out. And that organization is cursed. It was him, Roy, the other kid, Brandon Roy. Come on, man. Bill Walton, their whole history is messed up.
They got it wrong.
I agree, but we can say that about them. That's not equal to Blake Griffin and Steph Curry.
Yes, it is. I'm just going off of what Flea said as far as like, you know,
the bigger player.
Taking the bigger player. Pause. I'm not, like I said, I didn't want us to get stuck on this, but I think it's a great conversation. And just
it's a Brunson topic.
But right, because it circles Flea back around to Brunson, where everybody, not saying us, but everybody's going to take the other players because they're taller. And to me, that's not fair. Because at the end of the day, he's doing everything they're doing, probably at a higher level. And I guarantee you, Porzingis right now, in place of Brunson on the Knicks, we not even making the playoffs. If he has to be our number one option and our leader. With what happened last season due to all the injuries. I'm not saying now fully loaded, but with no OG, no Mitch, no Randall, and Porzingis is the guy? Are you kidding me? We'd be a laughing stock.
So I like this topic. Coming out of college, Fleet, Trae Young or Brunson?
I'm a draft Brunson, but because Trae Young was so electrifying, right? Because there's another aspect of this too, is that the entertainment aspect, the jumping off the screen aspect, the outstanding ability aspect. Yeah, you're gonna look at that and say,
"Oh, social media presence."
Right, you're gonna look and say, "I'm gonna go Trae Young because I could go and get 25 to 30 a night from him. I could do that." We didn't know if we could get that. That's the other thing, to the point of what Fabian is saying with the overachieving. If you watch Jalen Brunson as a guard at Villanova, he was a winner, no doubt about it. But to go get 25 and 30 a night on a professional level, there was nothing about his game that let us know that. That's honest, and I don't think anybody knew that. So now when we watching him and we seeing that a lot of things have been unlocked, big shout out to what Fish was saying. He's been a part of 2 organizations that developed him. Now he looks insane. Now he's one of the best guards in the league, top 5 guard in the league now, right? So when you looked at Trae Young, though, he just jumped off the screen as a guy that could put the ball in the basket and he could shoot it from deep, right? So all of that stuff is like, wow, okay, we got to go after this guy. So for me, I'm rolling with Brunson.
How you think, AllBall?
I'm being honest. Gre's 100% correct. You know, we tend to like flash more than, you know, substance. And not taking away from Trae Young, because Trae Young is a great player. But Flea's totally correct. When a guy's flashy, when a guy's pulls cocky, when he's out there more, social media, like all that stuff plays a part. And like Flea said, he was electrifying. And he's more relatable. Remember, guys, Brunson, you know, married, low key, you know, no jewelry. Like a lot of stuff plays a part in this. Brunson is not loud, you know, but his game speaks for itself. But Flea is totally correct, and it's like that in life. I get it, because you know we all is guilty of that. We all sometimes prefer entertainment over substance. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, Brunson is that guy that's in the cut that, once again, his career, when it's over, you'll see high school, college, NBA. And it's like, damn, how do we pass up on that? How do we not know about that? Why? Because y'all don't do y'all homework. Like I said, y'all, yeah.
No, but that's my point with just Blake Griffin. When you have these certain guys, like Greg Oden was, not that he was the most electric college player, but I remember watching it was him and Mike Conley. Like it was amazing. So there's hype behind them, and then you have I think you have GMs that think exactly what you're saying, and they don't want to get fired, and they're thinking scared, and they make the Greg Oden pick, which is the safe pick. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's a part of this whole thing. Like I mean, it's Mikal Bridges, Dante DiVincenzo, all these guys got drafted ahead of Brunson. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of players, so it's I don't know if that's why I want to get more into college ball, Flea. Brunson might single-handedly do it himself. Like, what? How you overlooking this kid? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, because you know how I get crazy behind the play, and I just go, I don't know what y'all not seeing in this kid. When I was going crazy with Tyrese Halliburton over there over the Arian Fox in Sacramento, I'm like, y'all ain't watching the same game I'm watching. Halliburton's, there's a gap between them for me, but it's just about maybe watching what you prefer or whatever the case may be. But I don't.
That seeps in too, and I think people got it. I love our platform. I love what we do, and big shout out to everybody else that got a platform and do what they do, and everybody that talks the game, right? But at the end of the day, preference and what I like and who I dislike, all of that seeps in. I don't give a fuck what you say, right? We could talk about, you know what I mean, try to take the bias out of it, but there's certain guys in the NBA I just don't like, and they're not gonna make my list, and ain't nothing you could do that could tell me that they're gonna make my list. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that seeps in. It is what it is when we do this stuff, right? So,
but Flea, what Barkley did, and I know we got to move on. Excuse me. What Barkley did, you can't be that wrong,
right?
As much as I'm not a LeBron fan, I'm not gonna have a number 30. I'm not doing that. Excuse me. You get what I'm saying? Barkley, you wrong. Dead wrong. So for me, you can't be that wrong. I'm sorry. Not when you played at that level. And y'all the same guys that talk about guys like us that didn't play the game shouldn't be able to talk it or commentate on it. But you make the dumbest list of all time. Come on, man. Can't be that wrong.
And I just I guess cap it with that is just like you said, Flea, we're all blinded by our own point of view and our biases, but also the hype does blind us. That's also what, like, we don't want to think we want. You know me, I'm an underdog kind of guy, so I like going against the grain. So I see the bullshit first, where it's like you're hyping up Blake Griffin to AllBall's point, to the point where's the real basketball conversation? How many of those teams actually had a real basketball conversation about how about Steph Curry can improve the NBA? What was the president of Phoenix back then? Colangelo taking over the Phoenix Suns. The rules about to change. Yo, we gotta sign Steve Nash because the rules about to change. Where was that guy with the Clippers going? We have a guy in college right now who is the new Steve Nash. There was no conversation. Like, clearly, they wanted to get the new shiny car.
Flea, just real quick. Two of the best, smartest moves probably in basketball history. I could be wrong. Whoever was the person that pulled the move and traded Trae Young for Luka Doncic, and Jerry West going to get Kobe, rest in peace, Bean Bryant. That's what I mean. That's when you know the game and you do your homework. And whatever the idiot team and the idiot GM don't know what they got and go, oh, okay, take Kobe and give us Vlade and whoever.
Speaking
you
of
understand
Vlade,
what I'm? Whoever
the one he traded, didn't he trade the Luka?
But whoever it was, you get what I'm saying?
He drafted Marvin Bagley over Luka. Horrible.
But just imagine you had Luka and you traded him for Trae Young. So I'm just saying, for me, that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say, man. And at the end of the day, you guys make a lot of mistakes, and you can't just continue to keep picking the big man, because history shows that's not always the right move. And I think the percentage of that is very low. It is not high. It's very rare you get the Akeems, the Patrick Ewings, where it's legit. I'm sorry.
Well, as we continue on, more than likely, Barkley has this gentleman on his top 20 minimum. And boy, oh boy, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's making headlines. Yesterday he spoke. I was not shocked. No, I want to say I was shocked with the way he's basically trying to get himself traded out of Milwaukee. Your man is, I told you yesterday, all of the day, Flea, this guy's a lot more sneaky than we believe. Knicks named landing spot for Giannis Antetokounmpo. The New York Knicks have been named as a potential suitor for a superstar. Giannis, I'm doing that again. The Knicks are fresh off making a blockbuster trade to acquire star center.
That shit took him out.
Yo, that shit is fatigue. I was about to say some wild shit, man.
That was his workout for the day. Saying that nigga.
I was about to say.
No, he was saying
nigga got oral fatigue. Nigga got oral fatigue.
I'm surprised he's still on screen.
Listen, once I learn how to work the iPad, I will learn how to jump off this thing.
So the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are fresh off making a blockbuster trade to acquire star center Karl Anthony Towns. However, they're still being talked about as a player to make moves if they become available. Over the last couple of weeks, rumblings have been swirling that Antetokounmpo could part ways with the Bucks if the team struggles this season. Should that happen, the Knicks are being viewed as one of the potential suitors for him. Jack Simone of Hardwood Houdini named New York as a possible trade destination for Antetokounmpo if we were moved. Jalen Brunson and Antetokounmpo alone would make the Knicks a top contender in the East. If they can keep one or two of Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, or OG Anunoby in the deal, their roster would be on par with Boston's. He also noted that coming up with the trade assets to acquire Antetokounmpo might be difficult. That being said, the Knicks have plenty of star talent they could consider moving in a deal for a player like Giannis. It's a long shot, yada, yada, yada. I'll let you guys react to that while I find what Giannis said yesterday. Go ahead, AllBall.
So I know we spoke about this before.
Go ahead, Flea.
Yeah, I want to let AllBall take the lead on this, but I will say this: I have to see what our team looks like right now. Like, I don't even want to explore that. I don't even want to get distracted with that shit right now. I'm gonna let OG cook, but
I'm gonna distract you. We spoke about this as far as, fantasy, but let's be realistic. This is what happens when you're a destination now. How many players we heard were supposed to go to the Lakers and it never happened? From Dame, Trae Young, Zach LaVine. How many? This is a great problem to have. And I've been saying this. If some of these players want to be legendary and take their legendariness to a whole nother level, you come and win in New York. It's simple and plain. Giannis did his job already. Let's be realistic. Probably not happy with Doc being there. Probably not happy with the Drew Holiday trade. He's not happy over there. Let's be for real. And it's Milwaukee. Let's call it what it is. Listen, this is a real thing. There's rumblings going on. New York is the hot spot. They see how players are being treated. They see how the fan base is treating the players. And somebody has to understand, if you come and win in New York, you will go down as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. You will be spoken about for the next 100 years. Whoever is on the roster when the Knicks win the championship, and don't be Finals MVP, you will be the topic of all basketball talks for the next 100 years. So for me, this is a real thing. People don't want it to be a real thing because it's the Knicks, and the hate on the Knicks is for real. But if this was anywhere else, people would be praising it. They'd be already going. Imagine if you heard rumblings of Giannis wanting to go to the Lakers. Oh my God, Lakers with LeBron, Giannis, Anthony Davis. People be going berserk. They wouldn't even say if it's fake news or not. But because it's the Knicks, we want to figure out a reason to make it not real, or to come up with some bullshit excuse. Well, they may have to give up too much, or it can't happen, or the cap, or the money. Get the fuck out of here with that. The Knicks is a hot spot right now, and people want to come through. Simple and plain. And they see the moves we making. We got the GMs, we got the front office. Dolan is out the way. They giving out the bag, and we the greatest city in the world. What more do you want?
You want Giannis?
So for me, yes.
Okay.
I'd be a fool and not want Giannis. Yes.
Okay.
I know what he can do.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm going to be honest. Whoever can go. Because after Brunson, Giannis is the best player out of everybody. So if you want to take Bridges and Cat, go ahead. Give us Giannis. Simple and plain. I ain't arguing with nobody. I ain't that crazy.
Wait, give me that again.
Take whoever you want. Make it simple. Except Brunson. Of course, you can't have Bridges, OG, and Cat. But let's say they want OG and Cat. Or let's say they want Cat, Deuce, and some picks. Bye.
They're gonna get a haul for Giannis.
That's what happens when you're a great player.
They're gonna get a haul.
Flea, that's what happens when you're a great player.
Yeah.
Look what we gave up for Melo. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Y'all know how I feel about that. That wasn't a haul. Niggas was dirt.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I got what you're saying. They got a lot.
At that time, it looked like a heist. We gave up like 6. Yeah. That shit was nuts.
It was definitely a heist. It was definitely us revamping, changing the whole team, just like we did this summer. And I don't want to go back on my word because I already was riding on Dante.
Fabian, how many players Boston got for Kevin Garnett? Well, when Minnesota traded for Kevin Garnett, how many players?
They got
Jefferson.
They got Al Jefferson. They got like Ryan Gomes. They got shit.
But it was a decent sized trade, right?
Gerald Green might have been in that deal too. Maybe, I don't know. It was a decent amount of players, and people didn't understand what was going on, and then they make the move for Ray Allen.
Okay, so here we go. Garnett was traded to the Celtics in exchange for Al Jefferson, Ryan Gomes, Sebastian Telfair, Gerald Green, Theo Ratliff. Shout out to Theo Ratliff, AllBall TV family. Cash considerations: Boston's 2009 first-round draft pick, top 3 protected. 2009 first-round pick when Minnesota traded to Boston in the Ricky Davis, Wally Zerbiak deal.
Come on, Flea. So you get what I'm trying to say? I understand the names ain't the big names like right now.
They got a hole. Yeah, but he got a hole.
Exactly. So if you did it work out?
I think for both teams it did, because we just talked about how they lost on the 2 draft picks. Like they didn't draft Steph Curry. No, I'm saying it worked out for both teams. What I'm saying is with the Knicks, no, I don't want you. I'm sick of this. They're not making the moves that I thought they were going to make. I don't think Giannis fits here. How the hell does he fit here next to Cat? That's trash to me. I don't want to see him next to him like with Brook Lopez and these guys. I don't want to. That's not a fit. Now you're just getting superstars and trying to reel me in like you used to. I don't like that shit. He hurt his back for 2 years in a row. Nah, man. We had a great thing going last year, and now we want to go and become, sniff the Hollywood Roses all up. I don't like none of this talk.
Who would you rather have, Cat or Giannis?
Cat or Giannis right now? Giannis. But if it's a straight up trade, no problem. Because again, we're going feed into Tibbs' system. You a defensive style minded dude. Period. We saw Cat was Cat. We all know he's not a dog for us. He's been not a Thibodeau guy, and you trade 2 guys who became Thibodeau guys. Giannis, we know, is a Thibodeau style dude automatically. So if you trade him for them straight up, I don't have a problem with that. But stop chasing the stars, man. We already went up, but we just talked about for a half hour. Jalen Brunson is an underrated overachiever. Cat is not an overachiever. Giannis is an overachiever to me.
So, Fabian, let me ask you a question. You are part of La Costa Rosa. You're assistant to Leon Rose. You're in the rooms with him. You're in these talks, right? What are you suggesting over the summer that we do to become a better team? Like, because what I'm hearing is you don't want us to jump out there and go chase the stars, right? Cat is a star, right? What would you have rather done? We get Julius back and we just run this thing back?
You run this thing and see what's out there for the center position while you're waiting for Mitchell Robinson. Maybe trade in for a different. The Nick Richards thing made sense. A lot of these guys made sense, especially when you're setting the tone for your star player taking less money, but you still have to go after another big man. I understand Cat is replacing Isaiah Hartenstein, Julius Randle, but I don't like the fact that Tibbs came out and called out Cam Reddish. He called out RJ Barrett. He's calling out Kemba Walker. He's saying he's out of the rotation. You call out all these players who are not your type of players, and all of a sudden you're going against that. To me, if I'm sitting there next to him, I'm going like, yo, this doesn't match up.
It was evident those guys weren't his type of players. We haven't even given Cat a chance to even play in this system, to even see what we're gonna get out of him.
Right. So that means we're going through a transition period when we're supposed to be going winning now. It is what it is. It is what it is now, but this is not who Thibodeau wanted.
Brunson said it himself, OG. I'm gonna let you rock.
Yes,
Brunson said it himself. We have to rebuild chemistry because this is a completely different team. The head of the snake said it himself. So
fellas, y'all two are in the meetings, right? Giannis says he wants to be a Knick. Do you not take the call?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Robert, hold on. So Fabian, do you not figure out how to get Giannis, or do you just take the call, but in your back of your mind, you saying, nah, I don't want Giannis?
No, because I think the way that Leon Rose and them work, especially with Brock Aller, all that capologist shit, you sitting there planning out there's a 2 or 3, 5 year plan, and you saying, oh, okay, which star's fitting over here, and you were waiting for one of them to drop. For other shoe to drop, and that's what happened with Cat. Minnesota didn't want him, so the same thing looks like it could possibly happen with Giannis. So the Knicks are gonna have these internal talks and do all that, but don't tell me you adding Giannis next to Cat. That shit don't make no sense to me.
Right, but there's a couple of guys in the NBA right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 guys that if that team calls and says, hey, this brother wants to be over here, you figure out a way to make it happen. And I think Giannis is on that list of guys that if he makes a call and says, I want to be a part of the New York Knicks, we figure out a way to make that happen. I think he's one of those guys. And I don't think that's going against how Tibbs' system, what Tibbs likes, the type of players that he likes. You're worrying about selling Giannis next to Cat. Maybe it's not that. Maybe the deal is Giannis for Cat. We don't know, but
that's different than super team vibes all over again, which I'm totally against, because now you got 2 or 3 guys that the success is relied upon: Brunson, Giannis, and Cat. One of them being injury prone, and one of them being injury prone as of recent. 2 big 7-footers. So that goes against. I didn't like the Miami Heat super team. That didn't make the game harder for you. The game is not easier for you on offense. I don't care what.
That shit really bothers me. Because there's clear evidence of it actually working. It being
I'm exaggerating. But again,
as much as I hated it, that shit was beautiful basketball.
That was not beautiful.
I hate when he says
hold
that
on,
shit.
no. What the Golden State Warriors did when they got Kevin Durant, that was beautiful basketball. They all complemented each other.
Hold on. Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. We up 5-3. Guardians got a man on base. He gives up a home run. Tie ball game. Bottom of the 9th. We going to the top of the 10th.
Oh, that's what Fisher's talking about?
Yeah.
Bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, 1 man on. He gives up a 2-run home run. Ties the ball
what
game.
channel was
up.
that on?
TBS.
They show baseball. That's crazy. But
sorry,
again,
fellas.
You're not telling me that the Miami Heat was better looking basketball than the San Antonio Spurs.
Sleep, we New York do a die over here, baby.
Through and
Go
through.
ahead,
You know,
Fabian.
you see what it says, big. You see what it says, Big Apple.
You're not telling me that's fly. You're not telling me that the Miami Heat was a better looking team. When I want to sit down and watch basketball, I'd rather watch the Miami Heat than the Spurs. Because the only reason why you're watching the Heat is for exactly you talked about why you're not taking Blake Griffin over Steph Curry or ball, contradicting yourself as usual. No, the Spurs played way better basketball. And I'm talking about the way that it looked. They fit each other. The Miami Heat, they had to sit Dwayne Wade down to make sure LeBron could get the ball around that basketball court. That's what happened. And they made Bosh go to a corner and play the stretch four all of a sudden. That's what happened. They did not have D Wade and LeBron out there during the most of the game. It wasn't working. Man. Dallas smoked them because of it. So, and that's not even my overall point. My overall point is the super team shit is trash. The Clippers just did that. What happened? OKC did that shit. What happened? I don't want that. Tibbs is not selling that. We were selling 90s basketball, Nova Knicks, You telling me want Giannis now, man? That's some groupie shit. I don't now I'll keep it 1,000.
Fabian.
The mic.
Hold on. No. I'm here. Fabian,
you're right. Watch how you call niggas groupies, yo.
It's okay.
What you call me everything? I forgot.
Listen, hold on. It's okay. You cannot not.
Oh, didn't he say something about Antetokounmpo's word is mad long in my mouth? That was, come on, please. What are you talking about?
That was wild. Oral fatigue. Oral fatigue is crazy.
What you worry about being a groupie, an imaginary groupie for these? But shut up, please.
You cannot be a GM. You cannot be a GM for any team and not take a call from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And if he says he wants to be on your team and play for your team, you have to make that happen. It ain't being a groupie, it's just what it is. He's one of the 5 to 10 best players in the NBA, and he's a superstar. How do you not want a superstar on your team at that magnitude, at that level? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his game, but he's a winner, he's won, and he's one of the best players in the NBA. So it's no way in the world you don't take the call and don't consider a player like Giannis. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense to
but so far we haven't disagreed about anything you said so far. Where you disagree is actually making the trade and giving up this core, whatever you think works. Everything about you're saying is going against, if you accept the trade, is going against January.
So hold on. So I'm all right. So I'm gonna ask y'all, and we can move on. Right now, both of y'all get the call. Giannis, I want to come to New York. Milwaukee tell y'all we'll do a straight up trade Giannis for Cat. What are y'all doing?
I'm making that trade.
I do the deal.
That's all I'm saying, my brother.
I do the deal, but
that's not what we said.
But
that's not how we started. That's not how we started this.
Yeah, he did. But look at it. Look
this shit said OG.
Look at his grin.
You evil mother lover.
Nah, he's a slick bum. Listen,
he dances salsa in his sleep, man.
No, nah, for real though. You make the call, right? You listen to what they say, right? But here's my thing. When you do make that addition for that type of superstar, now you got to rebuild the team all over again, because you're not going to fleece wherever they're coming from. You're not going to fleece whoever the GM is over in Milwaukee for Giannis. You're not going to fleece Pelinka for LeBron. You know what I mean? If you're a team that want to trade for LeBron. You know what I mean? Like if you trade for Steph Curry, Mike Dunleavy is not going to take back chips. He's going to try to get the best deal he can back for that player. So if you trade Giannis, if we trade for Giannis, like, we have to like gut some of the team. There's going to be pieces that it's going to hurt to see them go. It's going to hurt to see OG go. It's going to hurt to see a Deuce go. Whoever that may be that's in the deal.
Hurt who? Oh boy, hurt who?
You got to rebuild. You have
to. Listen, you gotta be. Listen, this not be. AllBall is a whore. What do you? Just anybody comes in and out. What's going on here, AllBall? Anybody? Yeah, who's gonna miss him? Bye, out the door. What is that? And let's not forget, y'all don't want to admit this, but I feel like we got fleeced in that Minnesota deal. If you got Cat and Julius Randle, if he's better than Julius Randle, it ain't by far. And then you add Dante DiVincenzo and a first round pick. Why? I could understand if it was Deuce in the first round pick. Why you need more shoot? Nah. So I only say that to say, what kind of deal, what kind of negotiations will we have with Giannis? Like you said, AllBall, they're gonna want the whole farm. They're gonna want everything.
Well, we seen, like I said, I think a great example is we seen Boston Celtics with a deal like that with the whole farm, and they went to 2 finals and won 1. I cut off my
your comments.
What's going on? Yeah, I don't.
Fish called you Karen Stephens.
Hey, Fish, go to hell, Fish.
Yeah.
Go to hell.
Yo,
that's insane. I ain't heard
I had to hold that in.
Long.
Yeah.
Yo, I haven't heard.
Was wild.
Yo, I haven't heard her name in mad long. That nigga Fish is nasty.
Listen, man. I love the chat so much, man, because we can all just have fun, man, and I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah. Oh,
man.
just to give you the quote that Giannis made yesterday. This is a legit quote from NBA Central.
Okay.
Yeah. On Giannis thinks he might be traded if the Bucks don't win the championship. Yeah, if we don't win a championship, I might get traded. This is the job we live. This is the world we're living in. It's everybody at any given moment. If you don't succeed, that might be it for us. If you don't do a good enough job, you're out.
Flea, he's out of there, bro. He's out, Flea. That's him basically saying he's done. Listen, you see what New York is doing. You see what Philly just did. You see Orlando is on the come up. Like I said, Cleveland still got them Twin Towers, and Cleveland is a piece away from just being competitive.
Cleveland's right there. If everybody's healthy. Yo, Flea, they just got projected to be the number 2 team in the East by ESPN.
Listen, Giannis. Because remember, you know what? No, Flea. Remember, some teams, I always say, they good regular season teams. Yeah, so I won't be surprised if Cleveland is a number 2, what's the name, right? But I'm not picking them to beat us or nobody in the playoffs. But Giannis see what's going on. He see the landscape. And let's be honest. Right now, I'll put Giannis in the same book as Ant-Man and Zion. They are too big for the cities that they are in. Giannis is too big for Milwaukee. He deserves more commercials, more exposure. He deserves more. And you're not going to get it in Milwaukee. I'm sorry. This is a business at the same time. And I think he sees that. And for him to be a billionaire and to be considered, bro, he got to get out of here. And I think he see it. And he understands. And I think that's a way of him saying it nicely that, bro, I'm out. Get what you can get. Because they not winning this year. Especially if Philly figure out a way for Embiid and PG to get healthy. And then you got to go through us. Boston. Listen, I think he's done.
Flea, I didn't think about that.
About what?
Giannis being in New York is bigger for him on a global level. Because, yeah, well, you've seen him in the Olympics, but I really didn't watch his game like that in the Olympics.
Yeah. I'm not.
That's the reason. Real quickly, that's the reason why Kevin Durant came here with climbing in Brooklyn. Climbing and them guys are New York dudes.
Yeah, but I don't know if I really lean. I think that's a great point. I just don't think that weighs as heavily as it may have weighed 20 years ago or 15 years ago. I think nowadays, you get a sneaker deal, you win some games, you a champion, you a superstar in this league. You're going to find ways to get on people's screens. You're going to find ways to be on people's scrolls every second. You're going to find ways to become a household name. I think at this point, the Greek freak, that term, you probably could ask, casuals about the game of basketball. Like you heard the Greek freak, they're going to know who that is, right? Just like they know who Steph Curry is, LeBron James. I'm not saying he's as big as them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, just in terms of the game, you like, yeah, okay, yeah, of course, I know who that is. So
he should be though, Flea.
And that, right? And that goes to your point, right? He could be that in Milwaukee, but what is he in LA? What is he in New York? What is he even Boston, Chicago? Just
right.
slightly bigger market. That's it, right?
But Flea, this is why I got to slightly, not slightly, I got to disagree with you. What are you doing in Milwaukee? You guys spent 41 games over there, right? That's half your season. Okay, so what do you do after practice? You just playing video games with your family, but what kind of business are you doing?
You heard what Jeff Fabian, you heard what Jeff Teague said after they won the championship, right?
Nah.
He said, yo, bro, that shit was the worst ever. He said, bro, I went home from Flea, right?
Because he said niggas didn't really celebrate. Yeah, it was whack. Yeah.
Yo, I'm not even talking about celebrating a championship, right?
No,
because that's a part of it. But think about it. Yo, see, people don't understand this about New York. Just in case you don't understand, if you really want to, when you hustle and bustle over here, you could make every night feel like a championship, bro.
Mm-hmm.
New York is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
New York is bananas. So when we talk about Giannis and the connections he can make in New York, that shit is every day he's in business. You can have your own championships on the side for whatever the hell you're doing on the side. The Greek Freak could be whatever the hell he wants to be over here. Like, it's just different. Iguodala talked about that being a major factor in Oakland, right? In Silicon Valley.
Look at, just real quick, brief. Look at the difference now with Cat in Minnesota. Bro, the whole vibe. So I'm just saying, just imagine instead of us having Cat, it would have been Greek Freak. Bro, it'd be pandemonium. Mm-hmm. Remember, Cat he got his whole swag back. He had the Dipset Knicks jersey on the other day. Now he's all over social media, the big bodega. Bro, Minnesota, niggas was laughing at you. So I'm just saying, I just feel Giannis, depending on the market in the city, Flea, he belongs in those bright lights with the LeBrons and the KDs and the Currys. And at points, he's not. And I think that's starting to bother him.
Because he should be. He should be. I agree with you. He should be. He should be. No question.
Fabian joint. Is Fabian frozen?
I thought that was goofy ass.
Yeah,
smirk,
I thought
but he froze. He froze up.
Well, the Yankees had real quick. It was top of the 10th. Yankees had 2 outs, 2 on, struck out. So now Guardians ball, bottom of the 10th.
What's the score? Tie game still?
Tie game, 5-5. But we just had 2 on with 2 outs, struck out.
Struck out. God damn. Yeah, they're about to make it a series. Well, they'll win this game. I don't think this is going to be a series. I think the Yankees, we're gonna pull this series out.
Listen, this is the year of New York City, man. Yankees met somebody going.
Did you see Sabrina? Winning. Did you see Sabrina last night?
Oh, how we not?
Did y'all see Sabrina last night? Did y'all see Brianna?
Let me tell y'all something.
Did y'all see Brianna last night?
Brianna Stewart is the best player in the WNBA. I'm sorry, Aja Wilson. I'm sorry, Caitlin Clark. Brianna Stewart. I'm gonna be honest. She's the only basketball player in the WNBA I can actually watch. I'm not even like, I'm not being funny, but like, yo, man, listen. I watched. That was the first time in a long time I watched the full WNBA game. That's how good that game was.
Excellent game.
Like, yeah, like literally, like
excellent game.
It reminded me of a men's game. Like just the pace, the speed, the shot selections, just everything. I'm like, oh, so that's what we need every game.
I love it.
That sounds like the World Cup for me because I don't watch soccer. And even was Candace Parker on the Chicago team when they won the last time she won? Who? And I think against the Aces, Candace Parker.
She won in Chicago.
So that was 2 seasons ago. I think that was the last season. That championship was crazy.
It's a few seasons ago.
Okay, but that championship was crazy. And what I'm saying, like, those are the moments you need to promote the league more. And again, we won't bring anybody else's name up, but again, it's New York. It's different when you win here. They got her on Twitter and everything going bananas. Like Candace Parker, no disrespect. Yeah, I ain't seen no Spike Lee. I ain't seen no
traveling to Minnesota.
Exactly. Look, and they win. You see what I'm saying? That nigga's a leprechaun, man.
They just put Spike Lee in the Hall of Fame, yo.
He deserves it. He deserves it. He's a Knicks mascot, bro.
He
Respectfully.
deserves it.
Yeah, bro. That was all the mascots they had up there.
Spin that. We could spin on that tomorrow because I got a lot of things to say about that. Though, anyway, we could. Basketball Hall of Fame is a fucking joke. It's a joke.
They got mascots in there now, please.
That shit is a joke. That shit is a joke.
Hold on, who they gonna put in there next? The Chicago Bull, the big Benny the Bull. They go.
My man keeps telling me all you got to do is write a letter to them niggas, and if you get enough votes, you could potentially.
I'm about to write a letter for us.
That shit is a joke.
Get us in.
Hold on, who's the first round draft pick for next year for Hall of Fame? The monkey from the Phoenix Suns. What are they going to do? Why is the Phoenix Suns mascot a monkey, a gorilla, whatever he is? That's not racist.
The Teen Wolf joint, right?
Horrible.
That's not like a Sasquatch or like a Bigfoot. Come on, come play. What are you doing?
Yo, man.
What happened?
He paid to get in the Hall of Fame.
Fellas, bottom.
Who's Barkley?
He paid. Courtside. I'm gonna buy courtside seats for 30 years, and I'm gonna get in the Hall of Fame.
Flea, they just brought up all the money he spent on courtside tickets. I think it's like $20 million. Good point, Flea.
Fellas, the black cat.
Bottom of the 10th, 2 outs. Guardians got a man on third.
Somebody just said they just hit a home run.
Yeah, I didn't want to give it away.
Oh shit, my fault.
Max City, game over.
Y'all serious?
That's a team where Lindor was on there. He smacked and he beat him, right?
Hold on.
Yo, stop, serious? Yo, Fish, stop bringing up Jim Tomei and Sandy Alomar and all them niggas go to hell. Omar Vizquel, all of them niggas, get them out of here.
Nah, somebody lying. I don't like y'all face.
I ain't watching it. But the
comment, that ain't happening.
The comments saying something different.
Is it right? Hold on, Flea. I'm nervous. They gotta be trolling.
It's SF Wisdom said it.
Who said it?
SF Wisdom.
Come on, yo. Hold on, Flea, before we get out of here. I gotta see if they trolling, bro.
Fabian froze again.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They wasn't trolling, huh, OG? He smoked that shit probably. I'm gonna go rewatch the game.
Flea. Knicks Rehab. See y'all tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow, 7:30.
See y'all tomorrow, man. 7:30.
Take us home, bro.
We didn't even talk about the new Knicks. I'm sorry. I'll stay on talk about the new Knicks for a second. You guys can leave. I mean, I'm sorry. You guys can exit stage, right?
Are you kidding me?
Is depressing y'all?
Fabian, we did all of that, and now you're gonna talk new Knicks?
It's not my fault, man. I'm sorry.
Hey.
Flea, I'll stay on. Don't worry about it, man.
I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Fuck.
All right, AllBall. I'll drop his drop. Your drop is dropping.
AllBall, suckers.
Some other time.
Can't hear you.
You can hear me now.
Got it.
I ain't a Flea. You ain't doing that, man. It's not 9:04. Remember, I got the night off. So I go bananas.
Oh, it is Thursday. It is Thursday.
Evil laugh.
It is Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I'll let some people on.
It is
Perfect
Thursday.
Time. I'll let some people on, Flea.
Oh,
let me know when they hit the drop. I thought the Yankees was going to sweep them, but it's what it is. It is.
My people.
We live.
Big Flea. Never the little one.
Yo, my bad. I was so late on that.
Right.
My people. You were way too cheap for that. Like, my people. and I messed it up. I thought it froze again. I'm not gonna lie, this fucking computer, man.
It's all right. Yo. AllBall TV. We back at it tomorrow, y'all. 7:30. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Every weekday, suckers.
Big flea.
Yo, if anyone want to jump in, man, the link is in the chat, man. If you want to jump in, spar with the guard. We will get them next game. I can't say we, Laturia. Oh, man. Oh, man. Big
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can.
Can you hear me?
We could hear you, Fish. I was just dropping a bomb.
Why would he get mad at me because I started throwing Cleveland Indian names out?
No, because it's an ass whooping out here, man. That was crazy. Home run in the bottom of the 9th, home run bottom of the 10th.
But it wasn't even just the home runs. They slapped the shit out of both of them. And both home runs with shades of Manny Ramirez and Albert Bell. They're like they slapped them and just dropped the bat type shit.
The Knicks the Mets just escaped bases loaded jam. They're down 3-1 right now. We got a man on just got a single. I think that's the catcher Alvarez just made to first base. He slapped a single in between first and second. Man, they did. The Mets, holy shit! Now I'm seeing the home run.
I told you, both of them.
Oh yeah, that was big.
The Mets is the Mets.
We want our Subway Series, man.
That ain't happening.
Big Turbo.
What up?
There ain't no Subway Series happening. It's the Mets.
Fish, what's good?
What's good, Turbo?
Ain't nothing.
It's like I said. It's like Jesus said in the captain. They was talking trash. I looked at the report. I just said it's the Mets.
Yeah, I grew up a Mets fan. Another single. You going to third? Don't stop right there. What are you doing? I didn't like the way they were celebrating after the second round. Lindor and them was talking about Subway Series. You don't do that. You don't talk about no damn Subway Series. Get there first, man. Make it happen.
Dodgers is a tough team.
Yeah, that was shades of Jimmy Rollins when they went up 1-0 on the Yankees. He said, they said, what do you think it's gonna be? He said, I think it's gonna be 4-0. And Jeter said, damn, Jimmy, we ain't gonna get one game. And then they ran Philly off the field.
Hold on, that was Lindor who got that hit single. Vientos was up next. I thought Alonso batted after Lindor, but it's Vientos, so he got 2 runners on, no outs, bottom of the third. We got some momentum going.
It's better if it's Yanks Dodgers. To me that's a classic series. We already seen that. It's
been 24 years, Fish. We in New York City, man. Over here it'll be crazy. Boom.
Nah.
Okay.
It just be an inter squad series.
What they call a Subway? It's a Subway Series.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. When they during the season when the team plays another team from the other league, that's all it's gonna be.
What's that called?
Inter something.
National
interleague series. That's all it's gonna be. It's just gonna be a regular series in in April.
Nah, not in New York. Because I'm gonna be real. I don't know if anybody feels like how I feel growing up, Turbo, from Queens. I hated every single Yankee fan because I don't know where they came from. Y'all was mad boring in the 80s. Y'all were trash. And all of a sudden, 96, 97, Jeter comes up. Griffey slid into home plate, waxed y'all. And then Don Mattingly retired. And everybody forgot that, the Yankees were garbage. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Then all these Yankee fans came out. Fish over here. All these Yankee fans came out. I cursed them out every day. Like, y'all some fake ass fans, man. Where y'all come from?
And that's the crazy thing is I was a Yankee fan. Reggie was still in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching the Yankee based on the history, watching, you know, seeing Babe Ruth and all that history, but they wouldn't win when I was rooting for them. Their best player was Thurman Munson.
Nah, Robert Paulson, it's not Brooklyn, man. They're not Brooklyn. They took the Brooklyn Dodgers colors and they went to LA with it, man. They're not Brooklyn no more. And the Mets colors come from the Dodgers and the Giants. That's where we get the orange from, which is still ugly to me.
Here's hoping it's the Dodgers. It's the Dodgers in Cleveland.
Let me shut your mic off real quick. Turbo, what's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. I used to go to. I actually went to Yankees game. I mean, not Yankees game, but I did go to Yankees games too. But I also used to go to Mets games too. No, because my grandmother used to get tickets to go to these things because she worked at the post office. So we got a chance to go to, you know, anything that was going on at the Garden, you know. So, but mostly I went to Mets games more than I went to Yankee games. So I saw Darryl Strawberry and those guys in their prime when I was like 3 years old.
You saw coked out Strawberry, the whole coked out Mets. Keith Hernandez was the leading cokehead.
Yep.
I went to Keith Hernandez's retirement ceremony. I cried, man. I shed a tear.
I was there. I was a kid. I was like 3-4 years old when they were Mets.
Shout out to Laturia.
So
I'm from the South Bronx. I'm an original bleacher creature. Those was the tickets they gave to the community centers. I could see Yankee Stadium from my window when it was all lit up. I'm a Yankee fan. I don't hate the Mets though. Oh, you better than me, Laturia. I used to hate the Yankees. Oh, so you right there by like Jerome Avenue and all that. You live in, well, the whole Bronx is a hood.
That's a fact.
I just seen some shit when they said they showed the South Bronx from 1979 and present day.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit was a war zone. That shit was, everything was burnt down. The
What's crazy is, you know, we didn't have no pro teams in Carolina. So the first time I lived in the state that had a pro team was in Kansas, right? So we had the Kings with Reggie Theus and Otis Birdsong before they went to San Diego, Sacramento. We had the Chiefs and the Royals. Right. So I was in Kansas when the Royals was playing the Cardinals in the World Series. I was at the game when New York had that pine tar call on George Brett. We was at the game.
Oh wow!
When George Brett came out,
classic.
When he came out the dugout looking to swing on everybody.
He was bugging out. And George Brett was nice.
That's what I'm saying. Because it was weird because the catcher for the Cardinals was a guy named Darryl Porter. He won with the Cardinals. He leaves, goes to Kansas City, and wins with Kansas City and beats St. Louis.
Oh, I didn't know that. But those are neighboring cities too. Kansas City.
Yeah,
Kansas City is really in.
That was pretty much. That was the I something. I forgot the highway, but that was the I-90 or something like that series.
Ah, okay. I never even heard that before.
It was St. Louis because you got to think both teams were stacked. Right, you got Pendleton at third, you got Ozzie, you got Tommy Hearn, you got Hernandez at first, then you got McGee and all the guys in the outfield, Van Slyke. Then you got Brett and Ewell Watson and Frank Wright and Willie Wilson, all them dudes in the outfield. Both teams was like 12 deep with all-stars.
Mets bases loaded, Alonso walks.
Yeah, but you got, look, man, you ahead of me. You ahead of me. He just walked.
We got one out. So we a double play is in play.
I see a double play coming. Play coming.
We've been scrapping. This is I'm in and out from the Mets, in and out of baseball, focus on basketball.
Yeah.
But they were garbage in June.
Yeah.
And they're saying Lindor had a players only meeting, and then he really turned everything around. Didn't he have like a procedure on his back?
Yeah, I think so.
He's really carrying them on their back. But you said that Cardinals team, Pendleton was on it. Terry Pendleton? He was
third base. They infield was Keith Hernandez, Tommy Hearn was second, Ozzie Smith was short, and Terry Pendleton was third. Because he left St. Louis to go to Atlanta.
Right. Yeah, I remember that shit when with Sidney
and
Green.
And then you got William McGee. In the outfield, you got Eddie Van Slyke, who ended up in Pittsburgh. You got Eddie Van Slyke, Willie McGee, and Vince Coleman was in left.
Vince Coleman was did you hear about Vince Coleman in Shea Stadium?
Yeah.
When he threw a firecracker to the crowd?
Yeah.
So the 80s were crazy. Vince Coleman was wild.
Yeah. Yeah, that was and they had Porter. They had Porter. I want to say they had John Tudor and Bruce Sutter was the ace, and then the Royals were stacked. Both teams were stacked. It was just like watching an All-Star game. Why you think the Yankees were screaming about pine tar on their back? Because they couldn't beat Kansas. Kansas City was run down.
Meanwhile, everybody cheats in baseball.
Yeah.
Now he was snitching. That's why I didn't mind. Yo, call me crazy. I didn't mind homeboy. Wasn't it Altuve? When he had the mic in his chest, and they were batting on the garbage can. I don't care about none of that. And he was still nice. Altuve is nice. You just couldn't beat him. Yankees, maybe you need a garbage can in the crowd. What are you doing?
Hey, the 2000s was crazy. Manny Ramirez used to go to, because one of those doors in the outfield went to the bathroom, so they didn't know he was in the bathroom when the pitcher threw the first pitch of one of the games. They had to go knock on the door and tell Manny, the game started. One of the doors in the outfield in Boston goes to the bathroom out there.
During the game?
Yeah, he went to the bathroom like in between innings, and the game started.
Oh, right. Because the door by the Green Monster.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but Manny's bugged out. He's a real Dominican, bro. Like that's why when they would talk all this BS about the celebrations in baseball and like, you gotta have it keep it clean and none of that. You cannot have Dominicans in baseball and that's gonna be clean, bro. We're gonna be celebrating every night. It's gonna be a bachata night every night. What the hell you talking about?
They invented the backflip.
Well, now it wasn't. I don't know if we invented it. Is homeboy Dominican from Toronto with the most iconic bat flip ever that smacked the home run? Jose Summers got knocked out at second base one time. Somebody dropped.
Damn, it would be 15 years the last time they won the
I think the most iconic was what's the white dude he used to play for the White Sox? He was the catcher, turned into an announcer because he did a bat flip. Then when he came around third, when he got the home plate, he screamed "booyah" to the catcher when he stepped on home plate.
I forgot his name, but he
was
nice.
the announcer. He was the announcer at that Cubs game when the old boy touched the fly ball in the stands. I forgot what his name was, but he man. I forgot what he used to be the catcher for the White Sox. He just stayed talking trash.
There's a lot of them. I was in Vegas when the double play is in play. Oh, he's safe. Oh no, he's out. Shit. Damn you, Fish.
What? I ain't even seen it yet.
Replay that.
He's out.
You saw it?
Yeah, he's out.
He looks safe as hell. That's Nemo.
Nah, he's out.
Ty goes to the runner. He's safe.
Ain't no Ty goes to the runner. This ain't Pop Warner. He's out.
He's safe. Yeah, baby. He's safe. We got to run in there. Come on.
Yeah, he's safe. His foot was on the bag. Yeah, the ball was just not in his glove when he hit the bag. He's safe.
So what they do? They reversed it?
Yeah, they're gonna reverse it. So you got a man on first and third and 2 outs and scored a run.
Yeah, 3-2. Let's go. Grind it out. National League Baseball. Come on, man.
No.
We got a DH now.
He almost got him. He took
amazing. Yes, Robert Paulson. Darryl Strawberry played for the Mets.
He took a little too long getting his ball out of the glove coming from short.
Nah, Nemo's fast. That's why I was surprised he would.
No, but he gripped the ball twice. When he flipped it to the second shortstop, he grabbed it. He flipped it twice before he threw it. He had to really get a grip.
Real quick, Robert Paulson, Darryl Strawberry was a Met. He's also if you ever read Moneyball, that is a book about Billy Beane, right? Billy Beane and the sabermetrics in baseball. Billy Beane was drafted by the Mets.
He was a Met.
Darryl Strawberry and Billy Beane were in the minor leagues together. And in baseball, you had a lot of superstition going on where they you know, the front office, they were saying like Billy Beane looks like a better player than Strawberry, because Strawberry's the hack of a swing was just like mad violent. But Billy Beane knew inside that he was garbage because he knew he was nervous. And he said when he saw Strawberry, he's like, yo, he was a monster.
Yeah,
Like,
he wanted to be a front office guy. He knew it just wasn't in his cards for him. He was a decent high school player. He wasn't even a great high school player, but he was a 5-tool guy.
So when they were how you say that, when they brought him up to the major leagues, it was a mistake, and he knew it. Like he knew, these baseball dudes, they don't know what the hell they're talking about because I'm not better than Strawberry. So fast forward when he goes to the Oakland A's and the sabermetrics kicks in. Oh, damn.
See, but that's what I always liked about Beane, because most guys would have kept taking the money and just stayed up there.
Well, I don't think he had a choice, because remember when Strawberry went up there, he never looked back. So
yeah,
that was the. Is that in the movie, Robert Paulson? Because I saw a piece of it.
Yeah, that's all in the movie.
Is it?
They flash back. They flash back in the movie to when he got drafted and what they was telling him at his mom and dad's house and all of that stuff.
Oh, all right, because the book is way better. The book is 1,000 times better. But yeah, man. So Strawberry was on the Mets. Marte just grounded out to shortstop. Inning is over. Dodgers up 3-2.
You gotta see the movie Carter High.
Carter High.
Yeah.
Not Samuel L. Jackson. What are you talking about?
The movie. Remember Friday Night Lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the game they lost? The last game they lost.
Yeah.
They played Carter. Carter went on to the championship game and won, and then the players just started wilding out. They was doing armed robbery in Dallas.
Damn.
What's the name? From the Giants was on that team. They literally had, okay, you got 22 guys, 11 offense, 11 defense. They had 17 signed to go D1.
Oh wow.
They had Clifton Abraham, who went to Florida State, played in the NFL. They had who was with the Giants on the line with Strahan. He played for the Hurricanes. Oh,
not Keith Hamilton.
No, black dude. He was the first. He was in the first Super Bowl when they beat Strahan's only Super Bowl. He was a lineman with Strahan. He was a Pro Bowler.
Umenyiora, Justin Tuck. Umenyiora was a Pro Bowler. Keith Hamilton wasn't there no more. You're right. The hammer wasn't there no more. That's the NASCAR defense.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but he was on that Carter team. He wasn't even the best. He wasn't even the best player on the team.
Now I remember the defensive tackle, because Kiwanuka was there too. It was Kiwanuka, O.C. Umenyiora, Strahan, Justin Tuck. Who's the defensive tackle? I'm forgetting now. Hold on. He was on one. He had to have been on that the first on the Strahan Super Bowl, because he played at Miami. He played at Miami before Fred Robbins. Because he played at Miami before Ray Lewis got there. He got a national championship ring. He's from Dallas. God, I can never remember his name. Okay, you got Jay Alford on a defensive line. Yeah, he was a defensive lineman. He was on one of those two Super Bowl teams. All right, so defensive tackles, you have Tollefson, McDougal, Cofield, Clark, Jay Alford, Fred Robbins, Kiwanuka, Danny Clark is a linebacker, Antonio Pierce, Jarvis Wilkinson, and Blackburn, all linebackers, Sanzione, Edmund Miles, Golf. I can't remember his name because at one time he was like a liaison for the Giants. hold on, you said Miami. You got Cineros Moss was a wide receiver.
Yeah, he went to the U. He
You
went
got
to the
three
U.
guys. Here we go. The only guys on defense from Miami was Kenny Phillips and the punter Jeff Fiegels
Oh,
on that team. Maybe
he
the
was
second team.
Was he on the second Super Bowl? He might have been on this. It might have been the second. He's got a Super Bowl ring with the Giants.
When we won 2010 and 2011. Results, chairman. How come it's not showing when we won? How come it's not showing if we won or not? 2010.
Yeah, we won 2010 and we won in 07.
Walter.
Oh, see, well, 07. You talking about 07 because 08 is the actual Super Bowl.
Well, yeah,
right? And
Yeah.
Strahan retired. So if you're saying 2010, you talking about 2010, 2011. So the Super Bowl 2011.
Yeah.
Okay, is this year?
Yeah, it was,
it says it right here. Yeah, Super Bowl 2011.
It was 27. Yeah, no, because remember the Patriots was undefeated that year. That year. Going into the 07, 08 season. Going into the new year.
What's this at college? Boom. Miami, you got.
That was crazy.
Well,
If the Patriots
Hendricks
didn't play the Giants, I would have rooted for them. That would have been the one time I rooted for the Patriots. So I wanted to see Randy Moss get a ring. But Randy Moss was one of my favorite. Is like top 2 as far as what wide receivers of all time.
He was my favorite all time, but there's a lot. Like, I got a question for you, Turbo. You think Randy Moss is better than Megatron?
Oh.
That's a
tough one because Megatron was different. He was like 6'5". He was different. But Randy, I mean, they both were different because both of them were like, they both played basketball at a high level. And then their game transferred to football. Remember, Randy Moss was like one of the top players in Virginia at one point in basketball. Him and Jason Williams.
Yeah, and they had a dude that went to Notre Dame that played in the NFL. I can't remember what his name was. Yeah, I think he was a linebacker. Jesse Armstead.
Yeah.
Armstead.
Yo, when we look back, Virginia, they probably got some of the best. Everybody talks about Florida having like the best football players coming out of that town. I think Virginia got something.
Where did Fabian go?
Yeah,
he's coming back.
He's cracking. They gotta fix this.
Hey, Fabian, I was thinking Jesse Armstead.
Oh, he went to Miami? He wasn't on that team, though.
He wasn't on either one of those teams?
Nah, Jesse Armstead retired, I think.
He was on that Dallas team. He was on that Dallas high school team.
But Fabian,
what's it called? Carter?
Carter High, Dallas Carter.
That's a documentary?
They made it into a movie. They called it Carter High. Greg Ellis put the money up to make the movie. I forgot who played the coach. I don't know if it was Whitaker or it might have been Forrest Whitaker who played the head coach.
Charles Dutton. He kind of looks like Forrest Whitaker. No, is that if Charles Dutton is in? He looks like I would have thought that was Forrest Whitaker.
What was crazy was the best player on the team. This is when they started a thing in high school called no pass, no play, because they were shuffling guys through with bad grades, right? So Texas came up with no pass, no play, where you had to have a certain GPA to play high school football.
Yo, hold on. Otani is up with a man on first. Otani looks like he is Ryu Ruth. That's what I call him, bro.
Yeah.
Ryu Ruth.
Yeah, he's looking to call damage. This ain't gonna turn out good.
Oh, damn. Look at the way he holds the bat. Nah, that's too scary. You don't hold the bat like that and smack home runs. Damn it. Hold on. You got to pitch away from him.
No, throw it.
There you go.
Oh,
Woo, nice change up.
Challenge him.
oh. Hey,
They threw a
before
change up
you
inside.
was frozen.
Oh, Fish.
Challenge him. Don't be scared. Challenge him. You a Met. You Ron Darling. Challenge him.
Donna. I don't know if that's Ron Darling up there. I thought he was going outside. He's setting up outside.
Yeah, Megatron.
No, go in on his belt.
Look, he's trying to. Nah, they I threw a change up low. They're not playing with the high heat or Fish. Look,
He's 7 for 9 with men on. He's 7 for 9 with men on base.
Oh God damn it! He's 1 for 23 without men on base. What the hell, man? Act like nobody's on first, man. Or if he's still second. Look, he's scared, man. He's scared.
You see how he put his hat on?
I think you gotta throw the first because he's throwing changeups to him. So if you throw a changeup, it's harder, get him out on second base for the steal.
Look at the catcher, don't know what to call.
He knows what he's going. He's trying to set up outside because that inside changeup he ain't expect that shit.
Ohtani ain't took the bat off his ain't moved since he threw the first. He's still looking at him.
He's still there. Look. Oh shit. Yo, Ryan Roof is bugged out, man.
Keep running. Stop running from him. Pitch to him. Stop running from him.
That was a good pitch. That was a good pitch, man. I liked it.
Man, that was a coward move. We threw that in the dirt.
Full count. Damn it. Pitch it. That's a baddest count.
Man, look at him. Coward.
And Mookie Betts is up next?
Yeah. If I was Ohtani, I'd say call him a coward.
Nah, ain't no coward. You gotta make him chase. Look, you threw away because they wanted him out. I was just gonna say that. They kept throwing the first to warm up the pitcher. Warm up the bullpen. What you saying, LB Wavy? That's not tough at all. Randy's top 2 receivers. It's either him or Jerry Rice, whoever you pick a number 1. Yo, LB, I used to say that all the time. But it's very disrespectful to Jerry Rice. I always say this, always tell Dom this. Before Mamba mentality and all these guys and Jordan, Jerry Rice was the first motherfucker I seen on that TV running up mountains and shit. Jerry Rice used to drop the ball early on in his career. First, he used to drop the ball. He had dropsies, just like Antonio, what's his name? Tony Gonzalez. They used to drop the ball and they became the best at their position. Randy Moss.
Rice, the only two people that used to run mounds were Rice and Walter Payton, where they had two different trails that they ran up. And I think T.O. was one of the only dudes that could run up that mountain with Rice.
T.O. is another specimen. But
that's a fact. We can't watch sports and in football, you be the wide receiver and you don't run your action or whatever it is as a wide receiver and give away it's going to be a running play. You're giving it away every single time. You don't cross the middle. You like Moss was the jerk, bro. He was a jerk on the field. Forget about off the field. 10 grand, nothing but 10 grand. I pitched 10 grand. That's just funny. But I was a Moss stand. Nobody could take the top of the defense off like Randy Moss. He's different. He was Shaq at the wide receiver. I get it. But even Shaq, what we say, you fucking lazy, bro.
I can't put Moss in front of T.O.
I can do
T.O. could take a 5-yard curl 90 yards because he was breaking that first tackle. Moss had to go deep. T.O. could run a whole route tree. Yeah. T.O. ran the whole, and when you go to the Super Bowl and broke a leg, I'm not trying to hear Moss taking plays off.
Yeah, because he even admitted it that he took
T.O. was different.
Yeah, but T.O. was too much. He was too much, bro. I don't want no sympathy for no. How many teams you gonna be? You can't be that diva shit. Even Moss included.
But he put those numbers up.
He did. He put those numbers
up. He put those numbers up at the end in Cincinnati.
This is when Flea says I'm diminishing T.O.
Now with the Philly situation, I totally understand. I felt like Donovan McNabb should have had his back. But that's a whole nother conversation.
That is the conversation. That is the conversation.
The ego player said, but see, here's the thing though. You do your job on the field. To me, none of the comparison got nothing to do with what they did in the locker room or off the field. It's on field. And if we're gonna take T.O. and say, he was a bad teammate, how bad of a teammate was Moss if he wasn't even running routes, if he wasn't finishing routes, if he wasn't getting the ball.
Right.
Because I'll tell you this much. I saw T.O. in Dallas. I was at this game. He ran a corner. He ran a post to the weak side end zone. Romo threw a pick. Romo threw a pick 5 yards downfield. T.O. ran that man down from the goal line before he got to the 50.
God damn, Mookie Betts just hit a double. And they waving Ohtani from first?
Yeah.
Shit. 5-2 Dodgers. Mookie smacked
so what you were saying, Fit? What you were saying, Fit?
No, I was saying the Cowboys were on the 25-yard line. Romo threw a slant to a guy, probably to the 10, 8-yard line, and it was picked. T.O. ran that man down from the opposite goal line before he got to the 50.
Moss ain't doing that. Like
Moss ain't
T.O.
doing
got
it.
T.O. work ethic was incredible.
Well,
he always stayed in shape.
I think
one
Moss,
thing you couldn't take away from T.O.
I think Moss' work ethic is similar. He's just not built the same, but we talking about, shout out to Zach from the Z Show, application. What did you guys do on the field with it? I just think Moss was so dominant. Like, once you put him on the field, you have to have 2-3 guys on him at all times. With T.O., you double team him, but you can still, you leave him underneath because T.O.'s damage is he moves the chains. Moss can move the chains, and Moss can, in the red zone, Moss is a bigger threat than T.O.
No.
Hell yeah. He's like a tight end out in the corner.
No. How is he when they're the same height? And T.O.'s bigger, physically bigger than Moss.
He is, but Moss, it got the how you call it, the leap advantage. Moss was different, bro. He was different. If Moss had T.O.'s work ethic, this is not even a conversation.
Moss's work ethic was trash. Moss did a lot of his stuff off straight athleticism. T.O., you want to see what T.O. work ethic was? Look at some of the clips of him working out with Colorado receivers. His work ethic was crazy. His work ethic, he learned from Rice. He did everything Rice did.
And that's my thing, Fish. You got Rice. You had Steve Young. This guy wasn't that bad. The quarterback, the one that he said, if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Garcia, McNabb, Romo. He had way better quarterbacks. Randy Moss had was Brady.
We're not gonna act like Moss didn't have Moon. Moss didn't have Cunningham. Moss didn't have Culpepper. Moss didn't have Brady.
Culpepper was trash.
And Brady.
What?
Moss put up the majority of his yards with Culpepper.
Yes,
9% of Moss's yards was Culpepper and Randall Cunningham.
Culpepper was a turnover machine. He
the majority of
like every 2 possessions.
The majority of Moss's numbers was Culpepper and Randall Cunningham in Minnesota. And we're not going to act like he didn't have Jake Reed and Chris Carter on the other side. T.O. was the number one. T.O. was number one. He had Jake Reed and Chris Carter in the slot. He had help. And he had Rob Smith at running back.
Yeah, but
who did T.O. have at running back? Ricky Waters?
On the Eagles, he had, was that Westbrook? I forgot what running back's name was.
Who he had in San Francisco?
San Francisco, I forgot. Not Garrison Hurst. It might have been Garrison Hurst. Garrison Hurst was all right. LB says T.O.'s not even top 5 wide receiver. You out your mind.
Nah.
T.O. was in this conversation.
T.O. and Moss are 2 and 3, however you want to put them.
Yeah.
They're 2 and 3.
But that's my thing, Fish. What's my guy? Megatron is like Barry Sanders. 10 years. And like, how is he not mentioned? He's like an afterthought. He's an afterthought.
The Lions stunk. That's why he played in a bad era with the Lions.
Because Stafford was a gunslinger. Stafford was out of his mind. Have you lost your mind?
It's hard. It's hard to me. To me, it's hard to put those 3. I would just make them all 3 of them as number 2.
Hold on, Sterling Sharp had like 3 good years, bro. He broke it. God bless him.
Sterling Sharp was the best receiver in the NFL when he played. He was
Yeah, he
better
was
than
nice.
Rice. He was better than Urban. He was
nice.
and he was hold on. He was T.O. Starting Sharp was 6'3", 240.
Better hands.
He just
So
and he was doing stuff he couldn't practice. Remember, he had his neck problem, so he wouldn't even practice.
What was Michael Irvin? What? So
I don't think
so Michael Irvin is like what, third, top three?
No,
wide receiver?
hell no. Michael Irvin might not even be top 15, bro.
Oh,
what?
No. Urban is.
Hell no.
I'm not even a Cowboy fan, but I respect. I damn.
All I'm saying is this. Urban went against RB, the best quarterback in the history of the NFL, and it was dead.
You sound shocked.
Between
Come chop yo.
Between college and the NFL, he matched up with Deion.
Fish, come in.
More than any other player.
Fish, come in and come back out. It sounded choppy.
Yeah, because we were sounding like chipmunks just now. It was going fast.
I don't think Michael Irvin. You talk about what kind of help you had. How much more help can you get? The offensive line, or one of the greatest running backs.
Here's the thing, but here's the thing. What Troy Aikman didn't start picking up until he had a weapon like Michael Irvin.
Troy Aikman is overrated. Well, anybody who brings him up, he ain't even top 100 quarterbacks.
I never said he was the greatest quarterback now.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying if you don't perform with Emmitt Smith, the greatest offensive line of all time, Michael Irvin. Damn, I forgot that Jay Novacek was a tight end. What was the second wide receiver? I always forget his damn name. He just said that was the guy that was next to Singletary. John Singletary, I think, was on San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think Michael Irvin was. I'm not saying he's not nice, but you know how many dudes is nice, bro?
Yeah, of course.
He ain't no Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, Larry Fitzgerald was.
Come on, man. Like Larry Fitzgerald is.
What about Bowman? That Antoine Bowman. Yeah, is it
Anquan Bowman? Anquan Bowman was nice. He was nice.
He had a moment.
Yeah, he had a moment.
He was like a notch under T.O. Like he was the next T.O. Brandon Marshall was nice. Like I don't think Michael Irvin's messing with Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall
was crazy.
Brandon Marshall thinks he's better than what he was. He put up good numbers, but he's not in that category of those other dudes.
No, he's not. He
was a number one. He was like Keyshawn. He was a number one by default, based on the personnel.
So okay, LB, you got. I'm glazing T.O. You're not coming with no facts. You're just throwing names out here. Why is Michael Irvin better than T.O.? Break that down for me.
Oh,
he's not. I wouldn't say he was better than T.O., but both of them pretty much did the same thing. T.O. was a little faster than Irvin, but Irvin was like T.O. since that he took a short pass to the house. Neither one of them was running. No, think about it. Neither one of them was running fly patterns. Neither one was running fly patterns. They did they dirt across the middle and they ran outs.
Yes, but Irvin
did. Irvin did. You got to think though. Irvin didn't get the same volume of passes that T.O. did because Dallas was a running team first.
Yeah.
They had Alvin Harper on the other side, and they had Jay Novacek at tight end.
Alvin Harper, but
so Irvin made the big plays. What he did, you wasn't stopping Irvin at the goal line. If you was in the red zone, he was getting that tub. He was like Chris Carter. He was getting that tub, and he made plays. He didn't. The difference between him and T.O. Irvin didn't have drops.
Better hands.
Way better hands.
But Mike, it's the speed, and I don't think after the catch, I don't think Irvin is T.O. After the catch,
no,
Irvin is
he's not. He's not T.O. T.O. was faster, but Irvin, you weren't getting Irvin off that first tackle because he was stiff arming you. He was stiff arming you. It was going to be second, third guys taking him down. And Irvin wasn't going there.
Michael Irvin was stiff arming you before the catch, before the pass even dropped. He was The push off. He was the master push off.
Allegedly.
Oh, your Dallas bias is showing. Nah, you know what I'm talking about. Fuck out of here,
I'm not a Cowboy fan. So
no?
all I can do is say allegedly.
Yo, LB, give us your top 5 wide receivers. Yeah, but that's why I think when I say Megatron, it's kind of a boring thing because nobody really brings him up for whatever reason. Not sexy no more. But I just think like, yo, if Moss is the best, if we say Moss is the best, he's in the conversation. Once I bring up Megatron, it's like people don't know what to say because he had the speed, he could jump just as high, he could cross the middle. He ain't had no Tom Brady. If he had Tom Brady, he's breaking records too.
It's Rice, and then however you want to put the rest up.
No, I agree.
I think you're talking about Hines Ward. Hines Ward was the best of like his type of wide receiver, but he ain't no top 5. Antonio Brown, talent-wise,
could have been up there.
yes.
That's a fact.
Because he wasn't as fast as them. He just had that separation on the route, the separation after the catch. Antonio Brown's like a different animal.
Yeah.
Who else you want me to mention, LB? Steve Smith? Steve Smith is my size, 5'8", killing him.
Steve Smith was probably he reminds me a lot of Irvin, but he didn't get the numbers Irvin got. He did what Irvin did. He went across the middle, he made the tough catches, broke that first tackle, but he didn't put up the numbers that Irvin did. But he was an Irvin type receiver. A Sterling Sharp type receiver.
Yeah.
LB says I ran into Steve Smith before I was living in Charlotte. Well, running into him and like saying hello are two different things. Steve Smith is a lunatic. That guy's on the edge at all times. Like he played like a defensive dude, like a linebacker. Is Jerry Rice and Randy Moss, or you could switch them around? It's like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. There's no argument.
He played himself.
I can agree with that.
He was doing an NC State game last year, and they asked him who he thought was gonna win, and he said they played football here. So after we won, they asked our coach, they asked Dolan, what do you think of the comment Steve Smith said? And he said, he went to Utah, right? All right. He said, but the whole quote, he went to Utah, right? What he played with Stockton, what he played with John Stockton.
They changed the rules for Randy Moss? And they didn't change the rules for Iverson.
What rules did they change for Moss?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They changed the rules for the quarterback, for Tom Brady and Peyton Manning to not get hit.
Yeah.
I'm
not aware of it. Let me know, LB.
That's why it's hard to say there was a better. There's no better corner than Deion, because the one thing Deion said was, I didn't just go up against the greatest receivers. I went up against the greatest quarterbacks.
Right.
Because Sharp had Favre,
yeah,
Aikman, Young, and Montana. Like every main receiver had a Hall of Fame quarterback. So you wasn't just. So they was throwing it in that keyhole when other quarterbacks would just tuck and run, which is crazy to think about.
Oh, LB, there's no argument for you, LB, right? Because Shannon Sharp is the best tight end. He's in the conversation, but at his peak, I don't think none of them are Gronk. Gronk just couldn't stay healthy.
No.
But there's a lot of them.
Yeah, Gronk was a different animal, boy.
Gronk was insane. He was a frat boy out there. And no, they did not have. They didn't. He was a lunatic. They didn't put no zone for Allen Iverson. They put the zone in for Shaq. They wanted to get rid of the Shaqs of the world. They wanted more Allen Iversons. Everybody plays like Allen Iverson now.
That's
Sharp put up numbers, but you got to look at the tight end that was before him. Like other than Mackey and Winslow Sr., you're talking about Dicker. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just. The numbers they put up wasn't. That's why what Kellen Winslow Sr. did was he was basically a wide receiver and tight end, which is what Sharp was.
Sharp was
but tough. Sharp's numbers is don't look the same when you compare him to Gonzalez and Gronk and Gates and Kelsey and all those guys. Yeah, because they're getting more passes.
But they didn't block like Shane. I don't think Gates blocked like Shane.
Shannon Sharp will tell you he wasn't trying to block. He was just trying to get in your way. Shannon Sharp will tell you he wasn't blocking nobody. He wasn't getting hurt. He played more slot than tight end.
I didn't even realize that. I thought he played more tight end.
Hey, Fish, I got a question.
But he was the H-back type thing. He was tight end. He would line up tight end, but he was more off the tackle more. Because he could run the route tree like a receiver.
Yeah, LB. The especially now, the 2000s, it was still real. That's why Brady still gets respect, because he played in the era where you got clocked.
Yep.
But today, yo, Turbo.
Yeah, but the minute he got clocked, the rules changed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was the tuck rule.
The minute Cincinnati took his leg and split it. Remember, Cincinnati took his leg and made a wish.
Yeah,
and that's when the rules changed.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't hit a quarterback low.
He wasn't.
That was the rule change. Was when Cincinnati in the playoffs took his leg and made a wish.
Yeah.
And then you had who was the dude that came in the next year and played because Brady was out for the year with that ACL.
He went to Kansas City after that. I forgot his name.
And they still went like 10 and like they
Castle.
That was the first rule change. The second one was the bullshit tuck rule.
That's what I just said.
The first rule, the tuck rule, was before that because I was against Oakland. I was against Charles Woodson. You saw him sit down and say like,
"You sure he didn't? You sure he didn't tear his ACL before that?"
1,000,000%.
No,
1,000,000%.
he tore it after the tuck rule.
Yeah,
well, they made two rule changes.
That was their first championship when they won it.
They made two rule changes because Brady couldn't be touched. He was wearing a flag.
I was rooting for the Raiders to win that year. They had a crew.
Rice put up numbers that year.
Yeah, and he was like in his late 30s.
That's when he had the braids that started at the top of
his head. That's when he was looking crazy.
Yeah.
Right. He was putting up numbers with the Raiders.
That's when he was looking crazy. He was trying to be cool.
Rice look bananas on Seattle.
Yeah. Now, what you got to see, you got to find the clip of Michael Irvin wearing skinny jeans on the sidelines of a Miami Hurricane game.
Recently?
Last year. Oh. Let me tell you. He had on some skinny jeans. He looked like KG with the skinny jeans, right? Mm-hmm. So McGahee posted the picture. And I said, I was the first comment I said, what the fuck is y'all boy doing? Portis hit me in the DM and said, that nigga's lost it. Every Hurricane was roasted. They was roasting that nigga on IG.
Willis McGahee tore his damn leg up in that college. That was the championship, right? Or was that Portis?
Yeah, that was McGahee, I think.
He said Michael.
That happened to another Hurricane. That happened to not Lonzo Highsmith, the other running back when they won their first one. He blew his knee out.
LB thinks Michael Irvin's still on that booger sugar when he's on the Cam and Mace show. I like when he's on there with Cam and Mace. I like that.
Mike ain't on that stuff. Mike just real hype.
Yeah, he's musty. He's the evil wide receiver that led this whole era of the TOs, and I think TO and Randy Moss single-handedly ruined the wide receivers' chances of being a star. And like, like to get any more checks, like, yo, listen, you're not that important on the football field, guys. Like, you're important, but not that important. We only need the running back, the offensive lineman, and not even the running back. The running back is out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, another question. Because I was always a Barry Sanders stan, but my man, shout out to my guy Joe Rose, he did bring this to light. Is Barry Sanders the best running back of all time?
To me, because like I said, I grew up in that era. For me, yeah. For me personally, yes. I didn't get a chance to see OJ play. You know, I never really got a chance to see Walter Payton play. Never really got a chance to see what's my guy from the Raiders? Not from the Raiders. That played with the Rams.
Dickerson.
Dickerson. Yeah, Dickerson. Eric Dickerson.
OJ was crazy.
Yeah, OJ was bananas.
OJ would run you over or run past you. Like, yeah, you know, he did what he did, but OJ on that field was running over you or running past you, and it wasn't no stiff arm. OJ would literally run you smack over, and you wasn't catching him because he ran track in college. So OJ was that dude.
Yo,
Eric
speaking of
Dickerson was
football,
that dude.
dogs. Speaking of football, yo, I didn't know Ramad Rashad was that nice in football, bro.
It was wide receiver for Raiders.
Yo.
Yeah. Ramad Rashad and Drew Pearson for the Cowboys, both of them kind of created the Hail Mary. Ahmad was that dude. He just didn't, you know, it was an era where, you know, Chuck Foreman got all the balls running it. You know what I'm saying? So you threw it, you know, and you throw it when you threw it. Eric Dickerson, the best comment they said about Eric Dickerson, because I saw Eric Dickerson at SMU in college. They said you could put a Coke on Eric top of his head and he wouldn't spill a drop. If you want to see what Eric Dickerson was what Ricky Waters was. What Ricky Waters tried to be, where he ran straight up at 6'3" and would run you over and run past you. Like you wasn't wrapping up ED. You wasn't wrapping that dude. That dude ran between the tackles. If that give you any idea how this nigga was built, that nigga ran through the tackles. He wasn't running sweeps. He was running off. He was running traps.
I think when you got guys,
I would say Peyton and then Sanders, because Peyton could do it all. Remember, Peyton was the emergency quarterback. He was the emergency punter. He was the emergency kicker, and he was the first dude they used to put in prevent at the end of the game at safety.
Oh shit!
So Peyton could do. You know what I'm saying? Peyton could play football. But I saw Barry up close in person. The first time I saw Barry in college was the weekend I met my ex-wife at OSU, which is crazy to think about. I went there that weekend because one of my partners was the quarterback at OU. It was the OU OSU, and then having my dad being stationed in Kansas, we used to play baseball against Barry in the summertime. We knew Barry. That game I went to, my boy at quarterback had 175 yards and 5 touchdowns. Barry had 275 and 3 and 4 touchdowns and lost. That's how that game went. Whichever one of them dudes touched the ball scored. Barry was. You can't get a. It's like when people say players can't talk about what Jordan did if you weren't on the court and saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't wrap your head around Barry from TV. Watching him do what he did on the field in person, I'm seeing dudes from the other team. You could hear them from the other side of the field saying, "God damn!" Like you can hear them. You can hear the guys on the sideline. I can hear Barry Switzer literally going, "Fuck." Because they couldn't do nothing with that dude.
Yeah. Okay, did you see a documentary
on Barry Sanders?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yo, you gotta watch it, son. He was like Larry Bird. Like, you know how like Larry Bird just had that nonchalant attitude, didn't care about, you know, how he was received in the public, never really cared about the war. He just wanted to handle his business and go home. That was Barry Sanders. Son, he was overseas. And when he got the Heisman Award, he was just like, he didn't look excited at all. He was overseas, and then he got the award. He was overseas and got the Heisman Award.
Think about this. His games were on tape delay.
Wow.
Think about that. Because what happened was, dude used to play with the Patriots. Hartley Deitch was their wide receiver, right? When Hartley came out of high school in Oklahoma, in Texas, everybody was recruiting him. He was taking money from every school. So when he signed to go to OSU, it caught up with them, and OSU got probation. So the year Barry was averaging close to 300 yards a game, the game was on tape delay. They couldn't show him live. So you was only watching the game at like 2 o'clock in the morning on ESPN. The games weren't live because they were on probation. So you were watching the replays.
Damn.
Barry, it was crazy to see that dude. It was crazy to see that dude because I've seen 3 guys be able to do this. Barry Sanders, my boy Charles Thompson, and what's the dude, the quarterback for the Cardinals that went to OU?
Shit, not Jay Plummer.
No. He's a quarterback now with the Cardinals.
Jay Plummer was on USC.
The short dude. Short dude.
My boy CT, him and Barry are the only guys I've seen could put their foot in the ground, and their next step they're at full speed. My boy Charles ran a 4.3, a 4.2 40 every time he ran the 40. If you YouTube Charles Thompson and watch him, you could literally count when he puts his foot in the ground, 1001, 1002. When you get to 1004, he's already 45 yards up the field. Barry could do that. Because think about it, whenever you saw Barry, when he would stop and go, he was already back at full speed.
I think for Barry Sanders, that was my favorite running back growing up. Just like Moss, my favorite wide receiver. But then the older you get, Barry, he had no offensive line for the most part. He had Herman Moore, the wide receiver. I forgot the quarterback's name. Scott
Mitchell.
Scott Mitchell. The coach used to piss me off. How this big fat dude on the sideline just going bananas.
Oh yeah. I forgot his name. I can see him too.
Yeah,
yep.
I can see his face. But the one thing about running back, bro, you got to run between them tackles, man.
I agree.
That wasn't his game. And they really, even if you had a great offensive line, like all the running backs, Gale Sayers, like when you start mentioning Walter Payton, nah, man. Nah, that's when they like to knock us about Jalen Brunson, the smaller guys. It is what it is. What's the guy from that played for the Oilers? Campbell?
Earl?
Oh. Ooh. Man, oh man.
Tyler Rose.
I didn't grow up in this era, Turbo, but I went back. You watched, like, so that's what when Fish said OJ. Nah, you watch is graceful. It's big, graceful, big destruction. He was vicious, bro. He's the legendary dudes. Even with Emmitt Smith, I used to hate Emmitt Smith. He was a cowboy. They compared him to Barry Sanders. No way he's better. Emmitt Smith ran across. He went up the middle, bro. He went between them tackles. He went by the guard. He did all that. I mean, we're talking about the straight up legends. We're talking about this conversation. We gotta start splitting hairs. And that's what he split. Marcus Allen is forgotten about.
Oh,
Marcus Allen was
crazy. Shout out to my guy Joe Rose. He reminded me, Marcus Allen was, I don't know if he was kick returning, but remember, they drafted Bo Jackson after him. He started blocking. He played fullback and started blocking for Bo Jackson.
Yeah. And wow, if he would have stayed healthy, oh my God, we're having
the greatest run in Super Bowl history was when he went sweep right, sweep left, and reverse field, and took it to the house.
Allen? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that play.
The best thing about Earl was the NFL had loose fit tearaway jerseys. So a lot of his runs, dudes was grabbing Earl Campbell's jersey, and it was flapping because they could tear it because they couldn't get a hold of him.
You ever seen a video where he's sitting down talking about his old days and he shows you his hand? All of his fingers are curled up, crunched up like that from all the stiff arm he used to do. That was a different era, man. And then when you compare, like Barry Sanders still comes from the toughest era, but era, 70s, 80s,
That was different. That was different.
You had the raw steroids.
Yeah.
You had the raw coke. You had all kinds
Lyle Alzado.
Come on, man.
That's why I was saying. I was like, yo, when they because you know on YouTube they do like stories like forgotten players. They do like football players, basketball players, and Ramon Rashad came up. So I'm like, yo, let me check him out. I was like, oh,
Yeah, he was
was
that
nice.
dude. And he played in the era of the Oakland Raiders when they was headhunting.
And the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let me tell you, I've seen Earl at a Texas game, and his thighs are like tables.
That's crazy.
Barry used to come to the city.
It's like Ray Allen's cap, like Ray Allen's fucking cap is like very strong. You like God.
Barry used to hoop with us in Oklahoma City on the off day in the NFL because his son was living in Oklahoma City, and he had a bank there. So Barry would come to the North Side Y and hoop with us, right? Barry, when you came around that corner in the Y, the weight room was right there. Barry was doing squats, and he had to take plates from other weights, other machines to put on his thing to do his squats because because it wasn't enough weights at the bench to do his squats, and the bar was bending, and nobody could spot.
The ball was bending.
The middle of the bar was bent. That's how much this dude was squat. And then he come in because my ex-wife was an All-American OSU, so they knew each other too. So he come in there, he be talking, and you know me, this is my realm. This ain't, you can dunk. He could dunk because Barry is only 5'8".
Yeah,
maybe.
they had like some like contest where they had like the NFL players having a dunk contest. It was like him and Dion. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
And dudes would get mad at me because he would try to guard me. And I'm like, come on, this is what I do. Like, you're not posting Barry because Barry was like Muggsy Bogues, that low center of gravity, and his eyes were so big, you wasn't moving it. So, you hook, you spin, you push off. I got guys on the sideline screaming, stop, you're going to hurt him, stop pushing off. Man, get this bitch ass nigga out of here, man. But he come in the gym with Harley Dykes, and they on the off day in the NFL, they come in the gym hooping. I think the NFL off day was Thursday. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday at that time. And he come in the gym and hoop. Nobody, you get a crowd in there, somebody in there, they wasn't coming in there to bother him because he was just a regular dude.
Did you see Kevin Durant trying to play with some offensive linemen? I don't know where they were at, in like some random gym somewhere. And he tries to get past his offensive lineman, and the way he handles him is hilarious. He just throws him on the ground. Let me look that up. The fuck were you thinking, Kevin Durant? He's laying on the floor like, nah, that's crazy.
I tell you this much: football players need to stop with this. It's hard to play football because I've seen track guys do it. Like, they love saying the playbook is so tough and it's hard to play. So let me give you an example. Ronaldo Nehemiah got a Super Bowl ring with the San Francisco 49ers. He was the slot receiver before Rice got there. He was the world. See, that's a football player right there. You can walk in the gym and tell which one is a basketball player, who's a basketball player, who's a football player, because football players want to try to get really physical with you because they don't have the same movement in their body, right? When they said,
I don't even know where Kevin Durant was trying to go.
He's just trying to get movement, and the dude is basically pass blocking. Watch, he just pass blocking. Look at
his hands. Puts him up. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He just pass blocking. But they love saying this is what they got a short memory when they said, a basketball player can't come out here and play football off the street. 1983, our 4x100 meter relay team. 3 of those guys played in the NFL. Willie Gault, Sam Grady, and Ron Brown. 2 Raiders, 1 Ram. Ronaldo Nehemiah played. James Trapp was a track guy at Clemson who walked on to the football team. So the idea that a basketball player can't play because it's a physical game, but you got guys who literally didn't play a physical sport in track, and they played in the NFL.
I think what separates it, number one, is the money. Because if football players had a $500 million contract or some shit like that, you would see more basketball athletes play football.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's the big part of it.
And then number two, we can't say the more athletic players play basketball. It is easier for them to play football. But just the biggest difference is once they pop your ass, it's over. Them football hits is crazy.
But see, that's the thing. I just named guys who all were wide receivers who played in the 80s. These guys played in the 80s, going across the middle. They were getting popped. They they were playing in the era where defensive backs could really get their hands on you. Ron Brown, Sam Grady, Willie Gault, and Ronaldo Nehemiah. The Raiders tried to talk Carl Lewis into playing football.
And Carl Lewis sat his sweet ass in front of that weed.
But see, this is the thing. All of those guys I named have world championship gold medals. They set the record, the original record in the 4x1 relay. The reason why Calvin Smith and Thomas Jefferson and Leroy Burrell and those guys were at the 84 Olympics was because these guys committed to go play football. That's the only reason why our relay team was that in 84 and 88 was because those guys went to go play football. They can say the most athletic athletes are guys who play basketball, guys who run track. Those are the most athletic athletes because they're in sports with freedom of movement, right? You look at Moss was a basketball player who chose football. Moss was at the night camp. T.O. was a basketball player that chose football. Dion was a baseball player who chose football.
Antonio Gonzalez.
Gates didn't even play college football.
Yeah, when did Rutgers play?
Tony Gonzalez played football his senior year of college. He was playing basketball with Abdul Rahim and Jason Kidd. These dudes were basketball players who chose football. I can't name a guy who's strictly a football player who can walk on the court and play basketball. Number one, their feet don't move well enough to be able to play defense without grabbing you. 2, it's harder to get to the basket than they think it is because basketball is about leverage. It's not about strength. It's about leverage and balance. I can't think of a football player who will walk on the court and play basketball and not get drugged up and down the court. Because if you think about it, a lot of these dudes, receivers and running backs, are 200 plus pounds. They wouldn't have that weight on them if they were strictly basketball players. They wouldn't be 240. It wouldn't work. You can only in high school can you be 5'10", 230 and play the 4.
Right. That's what it is.
Right.
But also, if they had a chance to play basketball, though, they would do it though.
But they didn't have the skill set to play basketball.
That's what I'm saying. You did this once you get to that level, right? Once you get to that level of okay, you were an athlete, you were a super athlete. Does it translate to this level of basketball player? It's not like once you can't do that, you just take the football.
You look at a football player playing high school basketball, they're doing one or two things. They're posting up or they're trying to outrun you down the court and get to the rim. Majority of them can't shoot. Majority of them handles is garbage. And you can tell when you look at them, you see them in the celebrity basketball game. Because all they know how to do is just shoot. T.O. All he knows how to do is shoot. T.O. can't stop nobody. How tall is T.O.?
6'2", 6'3".
Who he guard?
Yeah.
He really who he guard 6'2", 6'3". He chasing you. You think T.O. around there chasing Curry around the court? Because T.O.'s dumb enough to think he can stop Draymond in the post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's crazy. Yo,
That's
Fish, real quick. Did you get to watch? I'm just seeing that the Rutgers played today. Rutgers basketball, the college. It's a Big Ten. They had Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. I didn't catch the game, man. Just they showing the highlights now.
yeah. I saw some highlights.
I wanted to watch.
They got a decent squad.
Well, I think they kind of suck. They ranked 15th in the Big Ten, but
Yeah.
the kid is saying, I'm watching one of my favorite basketball analysts is Sam Vecini. He's saying, I talked to the scouts I've talked to who have been to Rutgers practices that said Dylan Harper is a bit further along than Ace Bailey. So so far in terms of readiness to be productive in the CBB on college basketball, a lot of love for Ace too, but Harper has been extremely impressive for everyone who has been there. So that's amazing news because
Yeah.
what's the kid? Ron Harper Jr. is he in Toronto still?
Yeah, I think so.
That's his brother over there, Dylan Harper, and they both joined because I thought it was interesting that the number 2 and 3 high school guys went to Rutgers basketball, went to go play Rutgers ball at at Rutgers University. So Cooper Flags over there in Duke. I'm hoping they could carry them and make some noise because you just want to see 2 kids just do it up. That'd be amazing. I gotta watch the game. I gotta see how they look, man.
What's the dude you used to play with the Eagle, Deshaun Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
Deshaun Jackson, 5'10". He 171 pounds, 5'10".
Right.
Right? I'm 6'1", 205. I'm putting Deshaun Jackson in my pocket on the post. Like loose change, right?
Right.
You 5'10", 171 pounds. I'm 6'1", 205. There's nothing you doing to me except putting both the palm of your hands in my back and trying to push me. He said he wanted to play Jeff Teague one-on-one. He thought Jeff Teague was trash. He's telling Lou Williams this. Jeff Teague goes, stop tagging me in that bullshit, that dude, though. I'm the last dude. Because he was going, if he played in the league, I know I can make the NBA and play. Jeff Teague said, I'm not the example you want to use because I'm nice and I'm regular.
Jeff Teague was crazy at Wake Forest.
Bruh, Jeff Teague 6'3", 190. He's 6'3". Jeff Teague was drop step dunking. He was laughing at Deshaun Jackson thing. That's what I'm saying. Deshaun Jackson is the epitome of a football player. You 5'10", 170 pounds, and you think you coming on the court and I'm not gonna drag you?
Fish.
I'm looking at him like Gilly.
Shit. Mookie Betts rocked that shit. God damn.
Yeah.
Bro, you know how inside that fastball was? That's
look,
he hit that shit with a handle.
Third homer of the series.
God damn. Did he say we too small? Somebody
he came around third and said y'all too small.
Nah, somebody got to throw him a soda. You don't let him do that in the city. Bomb.
Y'all too small. He said y'all. He came around third base. Said y'all too small.
You're kissing the crowd? No. These are fake. Yeah. These are fake Mets fans. He's supposed to get that can of Coke. Bang! Right there. Yeah, you got a helmet on. Eat that. Damn, Fish. He smacked that shit. And it was.
Are they in Shea or LA?
Nah, they in City Field. This ain't Shea Stadium, man. Shea Stadium.
Oh,
he would have got the.
I see. Yeah.
Let's see crazy. The replay. Oh, they're not gonna show it yet. It looks like he hit the like right around his hands.
He slapped it. He turned on that.
He was struggling in the postseason too. That was a hell of a fucking. Oh my god.
But he got 3 jacks though.
Oh, you're not gonna show the replay? TBS, you are trash. How you don't show the replay? It's a fucking
They'll
home
show
run.
it in a second. They'll show it in a second.
They're gonna show it on their way out to commercial.
Yeah,
Like,
go to commercial break.
these guys are assholes, Fish. But I'm gonna say this before I go. You just pay attention to something like you said right now is just so obvious. Like, it's not even close. Deshaun Jackson, talk about fast. He was super. If he ran track, it wouldn't surprise me. That shit ain't even close. Jeff Teague is popping right now on in the podcast world. Deshaun Jackson is not. Oh, it wasn't. I thought it was the end of the bat, closer to his hands.
They go to bat flip.
I guess he turned on a pitch so fast that it looked like the fucking end of the bat. That was a hell of a backflip. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I love about baseball, man. They love wearing their jewelry.
They're not playing. He kissed the crowd. That soul supposed to come right there. Wangarang-tang.
But Jackson epitomizes football because the average running back and receiver, even if you take a receiver who's 6'5", 6'6", you're not guarding Anthony Edwards. You're not guarding Kobe. Like you're not guarding the regular dude. You're not guarding Mike Miller.
Fish, Jeff Teague will bust his ass. I'm gonna leave you with this. It's trolling. That's why I hate when you motherfuckers jump on here talking about we're trolling, clickbaiting. These motherfuckers do the same shit. Why is Deshaun Jackson channel more popping? He has to resort to fake ass trolling with this guy, with Jeff Teague, who's way more popping.
Oh, hold on. But he hold on. They initially made the bet 15 years ago.
15 years ago would have been even worse.
No, what happened was this. Jeff Teague said 15 years ago, Josh Smith was juicing up Deshaun Jackson. Josh Smith, because he said, because Jeff Teague said he was in Atlanta. He said they was in Atlanta. And he said Josh Smith was juicing him up and said Josh called him and said, hey, man, I got this dude, man, this football dude want to play you one-on-one. It's going to be the easiest. He said, I'm going to put the money down. It'll be the easiest 50 G's you made. The bet was 50, right?
Right. So
then when T shows up to the gym, Josh said the nigga pleading out. He copping the plea. He talking about let's play. What he said? He said let's play for content.
Wow.
And then he gonna try to bring it up again like a couple of weeks ago. And that's why Jeff T said, man, y'all stop tagging me, man. I already tried to get this dude a chance. He ain't want no part. And I saw clips of Jackson. You ever see the dude with a hitch so bad where they're almost trying to aim at the rim before they shoot it, and they're so wide open? He made it, but he never get that shot off on any defense. It's like Gilly. Like Gilly's got a nice shot, but Gilly's got to pause and get set before he shoots. If Gilly can shoot it against crackheads in a rec gym, he can shoot it against bozos in a celebrity game. When Gilly thought he could play and wanted to go play one-on-one with what's his name from Cleveland? We were just talking about him last week.
Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah, the best player, Mitchell.
Oh, he's not.
He played Mitchell. He played Mitchell one-on-one. Mitchell had Gilly in a blender. How you get turned around on a jab step?
That was crazy. I forgot. Yo, Fish, Turbo, thanks for joining me. I gotta get going. Tomorrow I'll probably do the same shit, do a little bit more of a late night. Maybe not, because tomorrow's a movie night with the kids. But tune into AllBall TV every day. Same bad time, same bad channel, 7:30.
Anytime, as long as there's no flea and all ball in it.
That's gonna be kind of tough, Fish. Every day, 7:30 p.m. Weekdays, 7:30 p.m. Today is the Knicks Rehab. You know what time this is, man.
Knicks Rehab.
Tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. AllBall TV. We back. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.